स्थापित करने की अनुमति मांगने का अवसर प्रदान किया। महोदय, वक्फ बोर्ड अधिनियम 1995 समाज में द्वेष और नफरत पैदा करता है, अपनी अकूत ताकत का दुरुपयोग करता है, समाज की एकता और सद्भाव को विभाजित करता है, अपने अकूत अधिकारों की ताकत के आधार पर सरकारी और निजी संपत्तियों तथा मठ मंदिरों पर मनमाने तरीके से कब्जा करता है। यह विधेयक वक्फ बोर्ड के असंवैधानिक कृत्यों के खिलाफ पीड़ित पक्ष को अदालत जाने से रोकता है, न्यायपालिका और संविधान की सर्वोच्चता को खंडित करता है। अतः मैं आपकी अनुमति से देश हित में वक्फ बोर्ड अधिनियम 1995 को निरस्त करने के लिए विधेयक को पुनः स्थापित करने की अनुमति देने की मांग करता हूँ।
Honorable members, 1 second. I am fully updated with the rules. The honorable member has moved it. I have now 2 notices before me. I will give opportunity to those persons and then the question will come. This is the only procedure we can follow. It will happen after the 2 honorable members have had their say. The honorable member has sought leave to introduce the bill. Now, there are 2 notices, honorable members, to me. Shri Abdul Wahab and Shri Alamaram Karim. They are opposing introduction of the Waqf Repeal Bill 2022. Once again, voting issue will come after both of them have spoken. No, I don't have a notice. You are right, but we can't do it that so and so is also there. Follow the procedure. Shri Abdul Wahab. Shri Abdul Wahab, who seeks to oppose the bill, please. Not present. Shri Alamaram Karim, who seeks to oppose the bill.
Yes, sir.
Sir, nothing will go on record.
Sir.
So you seek division only when there are no numbers.
Sir.
Sir, you may want immediate division, immediate power, immediate passing, immediate decline. That can happen only and only according to procedure. You have one of the distinguished senior advocates who is always thorough with his fact and law. I have to go according to the mandate of law. Otherwise, our honorable senior advocates may not choose to make reflections here, but they will do it by way of an article.
Sir.
I'll check up, but we have only 2 notices within time.
Along with me, the members of CPIM, other members, John Britas, Shivadasan, Rahim, all are the partners in the notice. See,
again,
even the introduction of this bill, it shall not be admitted.
1 second.
Because it is a very serious concern among the Muslim religion. That is their fundamental right as per their faith to keep the Waqf assets. To govern that Waqf assets, a law was enacted in the parliament. That protection is given to the Waqf assets. So many worship places and orphanages and other institutes are running under this Waqf. There is nothing related to other community or other section of the people. So while we touching such a sensitive issue, it will create communal division among the people. So it should not be admitted. It should be rejected. That is my condition.
Dr. John Britas and Jairam Rameshji, this is not a fish market. This is an important theatre. If you wish to say something to another member, put it in his ear. It can't be so across. The house will have to be in order. You are creating disorder. You will force me to adjourn the house. I think message is loud and clear. I have given floor to Dr. John Britas.
Mike. Thank you very much. I stand to oppose the introduction of the bill which has been moved here, and the only content and the objective of the bill is to create polarization and animosity amongst different sections of the population. This will have far-reaching impact in the society, and a member from the ruling party should not indulge in such bills which creates polarization and disharmony, which is obviously against the tenets of the Constitution. Thank you, sir.
Yes. I will ask Jairam Ramesh to occupy this chair. I think he can better control it. Either allow me to do it.
Sir, I am ready to ask for division, sir.
Sir, you are trampling on the rights of other members. The honorable member is too keen to speak. Then we have J.B. Mathur to speak.
Sir, I stand to oppose the introduction of this bill. As it is already stated by my fellow members from Kerala, this is mainly intended to create division among the society. This member has nothing to do with the Waqf property. There is an established system. There is an established board. There are many related laws to take care of the Waqf properties. This is purposefully now going to introduce just to create division among the society. They are making use of each and every chance to create division among people, whether it is North India, South India, whether it is among Hindus or Muslims. This divisional politics tactics is going on. So I take this opportunity to oppose the introduction of this venomous bill.
Son.
To move this private member bill, because as my good friend said,
normally,
it is against the basic structure of the Constitution.
Normally, only members who have given notice can oppose it. But I am making a departure, forced by what Jairam Ramesh has said, that I must give opportunity to one of our party colleagues to oppose it. No. You made a request for J.B. Mathur.
But you called for 2 names.
No, I called there.
Names are over. You please have division now.
It is violating the basic. Basic structure of the Constitution. To that extent, I would say that this bill should not be allowed to be moved. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
J.B. Mathur.
To vehemently oppose the introduction of this bill, because this is totally against the ethos and the idea of India, what we have followed all throughout, right from pre-independence and post-independence days. Every religion has a right to follow their own system. This government always speaks volumes and volumes about minimum intervention and maximum governance, minimum intervention. But why is it that this government always wants to interfere in such matters? Waqf bill is something which has been there always. Let there be not a scene where communal disharmony is created in the country, and that is why we are saying let religion be left alone. We just celebrated Dr. Ambedkarji's birth anniversary. We should definitely follow the social ethos, the religious balance this country has always followed. I vehemently oppose this Waqf bill, and I seriously consider this should not be allowed to be introduced in the House, and I'm deeply obliged for the opportunity.
Shri Tiruchi Shiva. Shri Tiruchi Shiva.
One moment. Sir, thank you very much, sir. Chairman, sir. Sir, I, on behalf of my party DMK, strongly object the introduction of a bill by Honorable Arnath Singh Yadav to repeal the Waqf Act 1995. Sir, when the division of the partition happened in 1947, Muhammad Ali Jinnah said, all the Muslims come to me, along with me to Pakistan. But the Muslims in this country told that we are Muslims, but India is our nation. Sir, the Constitution has given so much of protection to the minorities, and one among them is this Waqf. Sir, repealing such things will cause very big repercussions in this country across, and it will develop a sort of insecure mind in the Muslim community in the country. So, sir, in the interest of the nation and the integrity and what we have maintained all these days in the name of secularism, this has to be not to be introduced, sir, and I request Harivansh Singh himself to please withdraw that, or you please put it to division, sir. Thank you very much.
Shri V. Shivdasan.
My request is this great house is to be promoted the communal harmony, love and affection to the people. But here this bill, the Waqf repeal bill, that is trying to promote the communal venom to the people. So the bill should not be present here. I requesting to the member to withdraw the bill.
Shri Jawahar Sarkar.
Sir.
कोई हाथ तो रेस करे?
Sir, Rakesh ji. Sir, I thank you for your kindness in allowing me to speak a few words. I would only submit to the member and to you, sir, not to allow the introduction of this bill because it seeks to promote communalism. This is not correct. One plea that I make to my friends in the treasury benches, the Muslims of India are not living at the grace and mercy of the majority community. They are as much Indians as anyone else. And please do not try to take the right to try to heckle them on every occasion. Sir, I submit to you and to the honourable member to withdraw a bill that seeks to introduce divisionism and hatred. This is a fundamental right that they have enjoyed, the community has enjoyed. Please do not allow a mischievous act, a mischievous legislation to even think of withdrawing the natural rights of the Muslims of India.
Shri Rakesh Sinha. One, are you opposing the bill, Rakesh?
Yes.
Only those who seek to oppose the bill. That's what I say.
No.
Mr. Jairam, I'm asking the same thing.
Chairman, sir.
Please, you don't allow me to follow the rule.
सभापति महोदय मुझे
Neeraj ji, you can speak only from chair.
सभापति महोदय मुझे
No, if you have to say something from the chair. Are you opposing the introduction? No. Rules permit, one second, I have been indulgent because on this issue, the honorable members wanted to oppose it. Those who oppose or seek to oppose, I'll give floor to them. Then take your seat. No. Take your seat. No. Nothing will go on record. I can give floor only to those who seek to oppose the introduction. And why I am doing this? I have sensed the sentiment of the House. And therefore, there is an appeal also from some members that the honorable member should take a particular course of action. And therefore, I will allow floor only to those who seek to oppose the introduction of bill. No. Good, okay.
धन्यवाद सभापति जी। मैं इस बिल को पुरस्थापित करने का विरोध करता हूं।
Yes.
और मुझे लगता है कि हमारे बुजुर्ग साथी हरनाथ जी आदतन ऐसे विषयों को निजी विधेयक के रूप में सदन के अंदर लाते हैं बार-बार, जिससे समाज के अंदर वैमनस्य बढ़े और खाई बढ़े। मैं अकेला अभी तक के जितने साथियों ने अपोज किया है इस बिल को, मैं पहला स्टेक होल्डर हूं इस बिल का। इसलिए मेरी बात सुनी जाए कि वक्फ की संपत्ति
सिर्फ मुसलमानों के द्वारा वक्फ की गई संपत्ति होती है और मुसलमानों ने भारत सरकार के जो कायदे कानून हैं वक्फ के संबंध में उसको फॉलो करने का डिसीजन लिया है। किसी दूसरे व्यक्ति के द्वारा दी गई संपत्ति ना वक्फ हो सकती है ना उसके ऊपर मुसलमानों का कोई अधिकार हो सकता है। इसलिए मैं आपसे ये निवेदन कर रहा हूं कि ये एक्सक्लूसिवली एक रिलीजियस कम्युनिटी का इंटरनल मामला है और इसे रेगुलेट करने के लिए संबंधित कानून हमारे देश की संसद ने बना रखा है। इसमें हस्तक्षेप करना गैर जरूरी है। इसलिए मैं इस बिल का जो वो प्रस्तावित करना चाहते हैं पुरजोर विरोध करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
नासिर
सर बोलिए सर। मैं ये जो सर मैं ये इस बिल का इंट्रोडक्शन का अपोज करने के लिए खड़ा हूँ सर। पूरे देश में वो फैक्ट है और वो फैक्ट क्लियरली डिस्कस किया गया है, डिबेट किया गया है पार्लियामेंट में और पार्लियामेंट जो है उस वो फैक्ट को टाइम टू टाइम अमेंड भी किया है। प्रॉपरली गवर्नमेंट अमेंडमेंट्स लाती है जब जब जरूरत पड़ती है तो और उसको वो फैक्ट को अमेंड किया गया। ये पर्सनल मैटर है और वक्फ जो है क्लियरली डिफाइंड है। सब कुछ पूरे स्टेट्स में इसके बॉडीज हैं, इसके कमिटीज हैं, उसमें इलेक्शंस होता है, सब कुछ ठीक है। ये सिर्फ कम्युनलाइज करने के लिए, पोलराइज करने के लिए, अननेसेसरी डिबेट पैदा करने के लिए मिसच्यूअस प्रपोजल यहाँ पे लेके आए हैं। मुझे लगता है कि इसको अलो बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए और मैं चाहता हूं उसके ऊपर अगर हो सके तो डिवीजन भी करवा दें सर।
डॉक्टर फौजिया खान।
सर, इस बिल का वक्फ रिपील बिल 2022 जो लाया गया है इसका मैं भरपूर विरोध करती हूं और ये बिल बिल्कुल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है सर, क्योंकि हर रिलीजन को हमारे देश में फ्रीडम दिया गया है, उनके रिलीजियस भावनाओं को प्रोटेक्शन दिया गया है और भी समाजों के लिए इस तरह के बिल है सर। धार्मिक संस्थान वाले बिल्स हैं तो जिस तरह हर धर्म को अपना प्रोटेक्शन करने का अधिकार है संविधान ने दिया हुआ, मुस्लिम समाज को भी ये अधिकार है। इसलिए इस बिल को मैं आपसे विनंती करती हूँ प्लीज़ ये इस सभागृह में मत आने दीजिएगा सर और डिवीजन के लिए मैं मांग करती हूँ।
बाबा माची।
सर, मैं वक्फ रिपील बिल 2022 का विरोध करती हूँ क्योंकि ये हमारे मुसलमान भाइयों का इंटरनल मामला है और उस पर उनका अधिकार है और उसको लेके समाज में उनके यहाँ इलेक्शंस होते हैं और राज्य में भी, झारखंड में भी मैं देखती हूँ लगातार इसको लेके लोग सक्रिय रहते हैं। ये उनके सेंटिमेंट से जुड़ा हुआ मामला है सर, इसमें हस्तक्षेप न किया जाए ताकि उनके मन में जो एक इस देश में रहने के बाद भी जो असुरक्षा की भावना बढ़ती जा रही है वो और बढ़ जाएगी। इससे आपस में लड़ाई झगड़े, सांप्रदायिक एकता में भी बहुत लोगों में फिर से वैमनस्य की भावना उभरेगा। धन्यवाद सर।
प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार झा।
शुक्रिया सर। शुरू में धन्यवाद आपका। शुरू में सोचा था कि बाकी सदस्य बोल देंगे, उसके बाद आप निर्णय लेंगे डिवीजन का।
निर्णय हाउस लेगा?
नहीं, मैंने कहा शुरू में कुछ लोग बोल देंगे तो मैं अपनी बात।
लेट मी टेल यू, ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर डे Jairam ji has forgotten the rules. After you speak out, there is a procedure I'll follow.
जी सर।
There will be an occasion for him or every other member to demand division or not to demand it.
थैंक यू सर। सर, आपके माध्यम से ये मेरा 6ठा वर्ष है इस सदन में और हरनाथ जी का बहुत आदर करता हूँ, इसलिए भी सर कि उनको सपने अलग अलग तरह के आते हैं। लेकिन इस संसद में धर्मेंद्र जी मुझे देख रहे हैं, मैं बताऊंगा कौन कौन सपने। माननीय सभापति महोदय, संसद का एक और दायित्व है कि संसद के भवन से कोई ऐसा विचार, कोई ऐसा आचार, कोई ऐसा संवाद ना हो जिसमें ऑलरेडी बटा हुआ समाज कितना और बांटेंगे, बंटवारा हो जाएगा, घर घर, गांव गांव, गली गली, इतने बंटवारे ये हिंदुस्तान बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाएगा।
The question is, honorable members, the question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no.
your work also lighter.
No, the point is that I will have to look into the lexicon, what is meant by incorrigibility. And incorrigibility when a man is in sound company of very intelligent people all around. I think eyes have it. The eyes have it. Yeah, division. Let the lobbies be cleared. I think I should seriously think to take sense of the House, whether rules permit him to occupy my chair immediately. Sir, intelligence is a double-edged weapon. Secretary General will now explain. Lobbies have been cleared? Oh yes, we have to wait. We have to get confirmation from the marshal. हो गया? नहीं जिनको जाना No member to influence another member. Conscience or no conscience? Lobby is cleared. Secretary General will now explain the voting procedure.
Honorable members, for your convenience, I shall explain the voting procedure by automatic vote recording system. It may please be noted that each member has a multimedia device, MMD, at his desk. This MMD has an integrated mic and a voting console containing 3 buttons: yes for ayes, no for noes, and abstain on right-hand corner. There is also a separately situated button, Vote Secure, provided on the bottom left-hand corner of the multimedia device. To record a vote, a member has to be on his allotted seat. The member may press the Vote Secure button. Keep the Vote Secure button in a pressed position. You have to simultaneously press one of the voting buttons of your choice. Each voting button, that is yes, no, or abstain, has an assigned LED light emitting diode indicating the correct and valid voting function as long as a button is pressed together with the Vote Secure button. In order to further facilitate the members, I will now explain the step-by-step method and precautions to be followed by each member in casting their votes. Step 1, I will announce that the voting process will start now. Step 2, the voting process starts and ends with an alarm sound on a large screen hall display in two corners of the chamber. The countdown time of 10 seconds in reverse counting order will be visible to the members on their respective multimedia devices. Step 3, members can cast their votes by pressing the Vote Secure button available on the bottom left-hand corner of their devices and keeping it pressed, simultaneously press one of the yes, no, abstain buttons of his or her choice. For easy identification, these voting buttons have been indicated on your devices as green for yes, red for no, and yellow for abstain. Step 4, each member must keep the Vote Secure button as well as one of the yes, no, or abstain buttons pressed simultaneously for 10 seconds, that is at the time of closing of voting, to register a valid vote. Step 5, once the valid vote is registered, the LED of the voting button pressed by the member will remain on, lighted up on their device. At the time of casting the vote, if the member observe that the LED of yes, no, or abstain buttons are simultaneously blinking, it means that their vote is not being registered. Therefore, they shall immediately release the voting button pressed by them without releasing the Vote Secure button and have to press again within 10 seconds period to register a valid vote. Step 6, during the voting period, the member can change his or her voting at any time. The button pressed at the time when the voting period is ending, that is the 10th second, will be recorded. In case either one or both the buttons are released prior to the close of voting period, the vote will not be registered. If a member finds that he or she has voted by mistake by pressing the wrong button, he or she can be allowed to correct the mistake through a correction slip devised for the purpose, provided he or she brings it to the notice of the chairman before the result of division is announced. The correction slips will be distributed to the honorable members who desire to correct their recorded vote by the officials of the Secretariat.
I shall now put the motion that leave be granted to introduce the bill to vote. The question is, those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. No. I think the ayes have it. Division, after that only. Division. Secretary General.
Honorable members, I am starting the voting process. The voting time starts after the alarm sound.
You have to be technologically savvy. Ekagrta. Get a slip and follow the procedure. Don't question Telangana so soon. Don't question also. हैं? क्योंकि वो फ्रैक्शन होता है 0.01। Honorable members, result of the division on the motion for introduction of the bill, subject to correction, ayes 53, noes 32. Abstention 0. बोला है. I think we must immediately call emergency medical team. Everyone heard me loud and clear. I think a friend coming to his aid now. Shri Harnath Singh Yadav.
माननीय सभापति जी,
I introduce the bill, that's all.
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि वक्फ एक्ट 1995 पारित किया जाए.
Let the lobbies be opened.
क्षमा चाहता हूं.
Harinath ji, you have to introduce the bill. You sought leave of this house to introduce the bill.
मालूम है. माननीय सभापति जी, वक्फ एक्ट 1995 केवल 2 मिनट लूंगा. अतार्किक है, असंवैधानिक है,
नहीं,
अव्यवहारिक है.
Harnath ji, you sought leave to introduce the bill. Are you introducing the bill? नहीं, are you introducing the bill?
अतः मैं आपके माध्यम से पूरे सदन से दलीय भावना से ऊपर उठकर मेरे द्वारा प्रस्तुत विधेयक के समर्थन की मांग करते हुए पूर्ण पवित्र भाव से
Harnath ji, honorable member,
स्थापित करता
are you introducing the bill? Are you introducing the bill? Are you introducing the bill? Are you introducing the bill?
महोदय, मैं अपने इस बिल को देश हित में पुरस्कृत.
Are you introducing the bill?
मैं पुरस्कृत करता हूं सर.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of Article 348, Shri Harnath Singh Yadav to move for leave to introduce the bill.
दूसरा वाला. मैं मान्यवर पूर्ण पवित्र भाव से देश हित में अपने इस विधेयक को पुनर्स्थापित करता हूं.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri Harnath Singh Yadav. Are you introducing the bill, Harnath Singh ji?
मैं अपने इस बिल को पुनर्स्थापित करता हूं.
3. The representation of the People Amendment Bill 2022, Shri Irana Kadadi, to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, insertion of new Article 21 capital B, Shri Irana Kadadi to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Right of Children to Free, Compulsory and Quality Education Amendment Bill 2023, Shri Irana Kadadi to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Prevention and Eradication of Human Sacrifice and Other Superstitious Practices Bill 2022, Shri Binoy Vishwam to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Absent, sir.
Not present. The Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2022, Amendment of Section 375, Shri Binoy Vishwam to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of Articles 58, 66, 72, etc. Shri Binoy Vishwam to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, Amendment of the 8th Schedule, Shri Rajiv Shukla to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman. With your permission, I seek the leave of the House to introduce a bill further to amend the Constitution to include Chhattisgarhi language in 8th Schedule of the Constitution.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no.
के लिए नो बोल रहे हो हैं?
I think the ayes have it. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Sir, I take note of not gestures. Unlike our friend, my hearing capacity is sound. It was eyes. Sri Rajiv Shukla.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, Amendment of Article 16. Sri P. Wilson to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I raise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the bill to amend Article 16 of the Constitution and introduce Article 1648 to grant reservations to the OBC communities in the promotion and to grant seniority and to bring them in the mainstream. Thank you, Chairman.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Subdued hai. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Sri P. Wilson.
I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of the 7th Schedule. Sri P. Wilson to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Chairman, sir, I raise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the bill to amend 7th Schedule, List 1, Entry 69 of the Constitution, and to remove the powers from the centre, the unused power from the central government, and to move it to List 3 in concurrent list and make it as Entry 48 to help the state to take census by themselves and to grant reservations to the OBC communities. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Sri P. Wilson.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I introduce this bill.
Election Commission of India Reforms Bill 2023. Sri P. Wilson to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I raise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the bill, the Election Commission of India Reforms Bill 2023, which completely deals with the qualification, method of appointment, and other conditions of service of the Chief Election Commissioner, and Regional Election Commissioner, establishment of a permanent secretariat, and staffs for the Election Commissioner of India, and expenses of the commissions, and for the matters connected therewith, and incidental thereto, and I seek the leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Sri P. Wilson.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, amendment of Articles 102, 191 and the 10th schedule. Shrimati Priyanka Chaturvedi to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I rise to seek the leave to introduce a bill further to amend Articles 102, 191 and the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India for matters connected therewith and incidental thereto.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shrimati Priyanka Chaturvedi.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman, sir. I introduce the bill to strengthen anti-defection laws by amending Article 102, 191 and the 10th schedule. Thank you, sir.
The Facial Recognition Technology Regulation of Police Powers Bill 2023.
Sir,
Shrimati Priyanka Chaturvedi to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I raise to seek your leave to introduce a bill to provide for framework to regulate, control and define powers of the police agencies and central investigative agencies to use facial recognition technologies for the purposes of identification, investigation and inquiries of criminal offences and for matters connected therewith and incidental thereto.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shrimati Priyanka Chaturvedi.
Sir, I rise to introduce the bill. Thank you, sir.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, insertion of new Article 44 capital A and amendment of Article 51 capital A. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I herewith move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the Constitution of India.
Further to?
Amend the Constitution of India.
No. For insertion of?
For the insertion of new Article 44A and amendment of Article 51A.
Yeah. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde.
Thank you, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Marriage Bureau Regulation Bill 2022. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide for regulation of Marriage Bureau for prevention of malpractices and misuse of marriages registration facility and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde.
Thank you, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Interfaith Marriages by Unlawful Conversion Prohibition Bill 2023. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I move for leave to introduce a bill to prohibit interfaith
You only have to introduce the bill.
To prohibit interfaith marriages by unlawful conversion and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto.
Dr. Bonde, you have just to move the bill.
Yes.
Good.
Sir,
the question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Yes. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Anil Sukhdev Rao Bonde.
Thank you, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2022, Shri A. Rahim, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Not present.
Not present. The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of Article 371A, Shri A. Rahim, to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Amendment Bill 2023, Shri A. Rahim, to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Advocates Amendment Bill 2022, Dr. Sasmit Patra, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill, the Advocates Amendment Bill 2022, to further amend the Advocates Act 1961.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Sasmit Patra.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2022, substitution of sections 124 capital A and 309 and amendment of section 375. Dr. Sasmit Patra, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill, the Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2022, substitution of sections 124A and 309 and amendment of section 375, further to amend the Indian Penal Code 1860.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Sasmit Patra.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, substitution of Articles 331 and 333. Dr. Sasmit Patra, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill, the Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, substitution of Articles 331 and 333, further to amend the Constitution of India.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Sasmit Patra.
I introduce the bill. Thank you, sir.
The Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Amendment Bill 2022. Dr. Kani Moji, NV and Somu, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I rise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the bill further to amend the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Kani Moji, NV and Somu.
Thank you so much, Chairman. I introduce the bill.
The Food Safety and Standards Amendment Bill 2022. Dr. Kani Moji, NV and Somu, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I rise to seek the leave of the House, the bill to introduce a bill further to amend the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Kani Moji, NV and Somu.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Special Financial Assistance to the State of Tamil Nadu Bill 2022. Dr. Kani Moji, NV and Somu, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I rise to seek the leave of the House to introduce a bill to provide for special financial assistance to the state of Tamil Nadu for the purpose of sustainable and balanced development of growth-oriented infrastructure such as affordable housing, drinking water, roads, sanitation, creation of grain and fodder banks, skill development, textile parks, food processing zones, cloud seeding, and welfare schemes for women, children, senior citizens, and people living below the poverty line in the state, and encouraging traditional water conservation through lakes, ponds, wells, rainwater harvesting, and afforestation, and for matters connected thereof and incidental hereto.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. Kani Moji and VN Somu.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Prevention Bill 2022. Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I rise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the Prevention of Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Bill 2022.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy.
Chairman, sir, I introduce the bill. Thank you.
The Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Bill 2023. Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Chairman, sir, I rise to seek the leave of the House to introduce the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Bill 2022.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
No, you have to introduce the bill.
Introduce the bill. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Thanks is well taken.
No, the pause from the side kind of paused me too, sir.
The Prevention of Money Laundering Amendment Bill 2022. Shri Raghav Chadha to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, prevention of money laundering.
You introduce the bill.
एक वाक्य बोलकर
nothing. You just have to seek leave. It is not a platform to say beyond what rule prescribes.
नहीं सर, पिछली बार जब इंट्रोड्यूस किया था तो आपने अनुमति दी थी.
Why should you get into argumentative mode?
No, I will follow.
You follow the rule.
I shall, sir. I shall.
Do you want to move? Do you want to seek leave?
Yes, sir.
Okay, seek it.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, sir. I move for leave to introduce a bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Raghav Chadha.
I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, substitution of Articles 153, 154, etc. Shri Raghav Chadha to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to further amend the Constitution of India.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Raghav Chadha.
I introduce the bill.
The Decriminalization of Defamation Bill 2023. Shri Raghav Chadha to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to decriminalize the offences of defamation.
You seek leave to move the bill, eh?
I move for leave to introduce a bill to decriminalize the offence of defamation.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Raghav Chadha.
I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, insertion of new part 16 capital A, an amendment of Article 366. Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal to move for leave to introduce the bill.
With the kind permission of the Chair, I rise to move for leave to introduce a bill to amend the Constitution of India.
Just move the bill.
I rise to move for leave to introduce a bill.
Good.
To amend the Constitution.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal.
I introduce the bill.
The Shopkeepers Welfare Bill 2022. Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I rise to move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal.
I introduce the bill.
The Khadi Spinners, Weavers and Khadi Institutions Protection and Welfare Bill 2022. Sri Anil Prasad Hegde to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide for the protection of distressed Khadi spinners.
Introduce the bill. That's good enough. Doctor,
I seek the leave.
Yes. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Anil Prasad Hegde.
I introduce the bill.
The Sustainable Agriculture Ban on Harmful Chemicals Bill 2023, Shri Anil Prasad Hegde to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide sustainable agriculture by banning the use of harmful chemicals in farming
good.
and for introduce connected
only bill.
I move the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Anil Prasad Hegde.
I introduce the bill.
The Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill 2022. Shri Almaram Karim to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Chairman. I move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the Motor Vehicle Act 1988.
Sir, just introduce the bill.
Thank you, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Alamaram Karim.
I introduce the bill.
The Kashmiri Pandits Recourse Restitution, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Bill 2022. The Honorable Member has sought my leave, so I am passing it over. I had granted him that accommodation. So for 37, 38, yes, 38. The sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redressal amendment bill 2022. Dr. Fozia Khan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, sir. I seek to move for leave to introduce the bill to further amend the section. Thank you, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Fozia Khan.
Introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, insertion of new articles 330 capital A, 330 capital B, etc. Dr. Fozia Khan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I seek to move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Fozia Khan.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2023. Dr. Fozia Khan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I seek to move for leave to introduce the bill. This is about Dhankhar reservation, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Fozia Khan.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Right to Free Internet Bill 2023. Dr. V. Shivdasan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide for free internet access to all the citizens in India.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill.
I introduce the bill, sir.
No. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. V. Shivdasan.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Right to Public Space Bill 2023. Dr. V. Shivdasan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide
the question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Because anyone saying no? Fine. Dr. V. Shivdasan.
I introduce, sir.
The Right to Early Childhood Care Bill 2023. Dr. V. Shivdasan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce a bill to provide for the right to early childhood care.
Only bill, no description required. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. V. Shivdasan.
I introduce the bill, sir. Thank you, sir.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023. Amendment of Article 326. Dr. John Brittas to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. John Brittas.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Representation of People Amendment Bill 2023. Dr. John Brittas to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
I didn't hear your aye.
Aye.
Oh, good. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. John Brittas.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank of India Amendment Bill 2023. Dr. John Brittas to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Dr. John Brittas.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Antiquities and Art Treasures Amendment Bill 2023. Shri Sujit Kumar to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill further.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri Sujit Kumar.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2023, insertion of sections 24 capital A, 300 capital A and 302 capital A. Shri Sujit Kumar to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the IPC.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. The voice is getting feeble. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
Shri Sujit Kumar. Sir, only after I have to open the window.
Sir, आपका काम था सरल कर दे रहा हूँ.
So Shri Sujit Kumar.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
And you do it after the House approves it. And that is reflected through me. The Central Educational Institutions Reservation in Admissions Amendment Bill 2023, Shri Sujit Kumar to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill.
Further to amend the Central Education
Just the bill, just the bill, just the bill.
Sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Good. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Sujit Kumar.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Representation of People Amendment Bill 2023. Shri Sandosh Kumar P. to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Sandosh Kumar P.
Sir, I introduce the bill. Thank you.
The National Commission for the Welfare of Youth Bill 2023. Shri Sandosh Kumar P. to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill. The representation.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Sandosh Kumar P.
Sir, I introduce the bill. Thank you.
The Participation of Workers in Management Bill 2023. Shri Sandosh Kumar P. to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Sandosh Kumar P.
Sir, I introduce the bill. Thank you.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, amendment of Articles 343, 344 and 348, etc.
I move for leave.
Sir. Shri R. Giri Rajan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri R. Girirajan.
I introduce the bill.
The Black Money Recovery Bill 2023.
Okay, Papa.
Shri M. Mohammad Abdullah to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, sir. I seek to move for the leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri M. Mohammad Abdullah.
Thank you so much, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Freedom of Marriage and Association and Prohibition of Crimes in the Name of Honor Bill 2023. Shri Ramnath Thakur to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Move kiya.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Good. Thakur Sahib said aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Ramnath Thakur.
I introduce the bill.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, amendment of Articles 124 and 217.
Sir, Chairman, sir.
Sir.
No, sir.
I have to open the door.
Sir.
Shri V. Vijay ready to move for leave to introduce the bill. Now.
Chairman, sir, reservation in judicial appointments for backward classes in the Supreme Court and High Court, sir.
No.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce Constitutional Amendment Bill 2023.
Good enough. Sir. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri V. Vijay Reddy.
Sir, I introduce the bill, sir.
The Consumer Protection Amendment Bill 2023. Shri V. Vijay Reddy to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce Consumer Protection Amendment
Bill. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Vijay Reddy forgot.
Sir.
Okay. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy.
Sir, I introduce the bill, sir.
The Central Universities Amendment Bill 2023. Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce Central Universities Amendment Bill 2020.
The bill. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy.
Sir, I introduce the bill, sir.
The Prevention of Custodial Torture, Bill 2023. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, with your kind permission, I move to seek the leave of the House for the introduction of this bill.
To move the bill.
To move the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha.
Sir, I introduce the bill. Thank you so much.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of Article 51, Capital A. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, with your kind permission, I wish to seek the leave of the House to move this bill, which is all about fraternity.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha.
Thank you so very much, sir. I introduce the bill.
The Payment and Settlement Systems Amendment Bill 2023. Dr. Amar Patnaik to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I rise to seek leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill.
Aye.
Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Amar Patnaik.
I introduce the bill. Thank you, sir.
The Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2023, substitution of sections 305 and amendment of section 375. Dr. Amar Patnaik to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I rise to seek leave of the House to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Dr. Amar Patnaik.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Adaptation of Climate Change, Resilience, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Bill 2023. Shrimati Vandana Chauhan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
So I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shrimati Vandana Chauhan.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, insertion of Article 16, Capital A. Shri M. Shanmugam to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Thank you, sir. I move to leave to introduce the bill, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri M. Shanmugam.
I introduce the bill, sir.
The Motor Vehicle Drivers and Other Workers Welfare Fund Bill 2023. Shri M. Shanmugam to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill, sir.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri M. Shanmugam.
Sir, thank you, sir. I introduce the bills.
The Representation of People Amendment Bill 2023, Shri Javed Ali Khan to move for leave to introduce the bill.
माननीय सभापति जी, मैं लोक प्रतिनिधित्व संशोधन विधेयक 2023 को सदन में पुरस्थापित करने की अनुमति चाहता हूं।
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Javed Ali Khan.
मैं विधेयक को पुरस्थापित करता हूं।
The Constitution Amendment Bill 2023, Amendment of Articles 111, 200 and 201. Shri A.D. Singh to move for leave to amend the bill.
Sir, I move to leave for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri A.D. Singh.
I wish to introduce the bill.
You
With
don't
your
wish.
permission, I wish to introduce the bill.
No, don't wish. You say I introduce the bill.
I introduce the bill.
The Special Financial Assistant to the State of Bihar, Bill 2023, Shri A.D. Singh to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri A.D. Singh.
I introduce the bill.
The Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2023, insertion of new section 377 capital A. Shri A.D. Singh to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri A.D. Singh.
I introduce the bill.
The Witness Protection Bill 2023, Shri S. Niranjan Reddy to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Compulsory Teaching of Lifestyle for Environment Life in Schools Bill 2023, Shri Biplab Kumar Dev to move for leave to introduce the bill.
I rise to leave to introduce the bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri Biplab Kumar Dev.
I introduce the bill.
The National Commission for Fishermen Welfare and Support Bill 2023, Shri Mastan Rao Bida to move for leave to introduce the bill. Not present. The Mental Health Care Amendment Bill 2023, Shri Surendra Singh Nagar.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill.
Let me read out. Let me open the window for you. Shri Surendra Singh Nagar to move for leave to introduce the bill now.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Shri Surendra Singh Nagar.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2023, Shri Tiruchu Siva, to move for leave to introduce the bill.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Shri Tiruchi Siva.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
It has come to an end. The list has come to an end. I have to inform honorable members that the Business Advisory Committee, in its meeting held today, on the 8th of December 2023, has allotted time for government legislative business as follows: consideration and return of the following bills after they are introduced, considered and passed by the Lok Sabha. The Central Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2023, 2 hours. The Provisional Collection of Taxes Bill 2023, 1 hour. Honorable members, considerable time was taken today for the motions for introduction of about 70 private members' bills. I suggest we may continue with the consideration of private members' bill beyond 4:30 p.m. till 5:15 p.m. After that, permitted special mentions will be taken up. Is that sense of the House? The Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, amendment of Article 153 and substitution of Articles 155 and 156. Further consideration of the following motion moved by Dr. V. Shivdasan on the 9th December 2022, that the bill further to amend the Constitution of India be taken into consideration. On the 9th December 2022, Dr. V. Shivdasan had not concluded his speech while moving the motion. He may therefore be called upon to continue his speech. Dr. V. Shivdasan.
Respected Chair of the House, here the Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, amendment of Article 153, substitution of Article 155 and 156 is a very important bill. It is in the public interest that the governor's position is to be filled not by the President under the advice of the Union government. The governor should be appointed by the state itself. The will of the people has to be respected. The governors cannot act as stooges of the Union government. Sir, currently, governors are working as tool of the institution of the Union government into the state. We have a lot of examples. The first article of our Constitution starts with the sentence that I quote, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. It proves the importance of the states. Federalism is a part of the basic structure of our nation, basic structure of our Constitution. We all know the existence of our great nation. India is linked with the existence of its basic character, that is unity in diversity. If the diversity is ruined, then the majority of the people will be marginalized. That means they will lose their identity, language, culture, and habitat. It cannot help in their development. Diversity is the basic principle of the federal structure of our nation. Unity develops and strengthens its diversity. The very structure of our nation, India, as the union of the states, is built by the positive spirit of love, affection, and great respect to the diversity. Respected Chair, our great nation, India, was not built by the bricks or bullets and guns or the missiles and forts. It was built by the struggle of freedom fighters, tears of workers, and the sweat of peasants. Respected Chair, they have differences in their opinion, they have differences in their religion, languages, ideas, and identity, but they all are those differences, all above all differences, they had deep commitment to the values of humanity. Respected Chair, here what do we see? The rights of the states are reduced day by day by the union government. Respected Chair, not only have the rights of the states, the rights and the powers of Rajya Sabha, the Council of State also be introduced by the same union government through the money bills. Respected Chair, if we fail to protect the interest of the state as the representative of the states, then the great values of federalism will be destroyed by the rulers. Chair, respected Chair, world history reminds us The autocrats and their political parties have always attacked the diversity, and they have tried to establish their own power, and they have promoted only a monolithic culture. Respected Chair, the dangers of this attitude had been proven by the experience in various countries like Italy and Germany. We, as the representative of the people, as the representative of the state of India, should oppose the attack against the diversity, the steps against the legislative rights of the states, and undemocratic style of functioning of union government. In India, we have various identities. It is our strength. The great forefathers of our nation told us, unite against intolerance. Respected Chair, when the British colonial powers, they had divided the state of Bengal into West Bengal and East Bengal. The people of Bengal had united and fought against the bifurcation. Finally, the British Empire, they had to surrender in front of the massive movement led by the unity of the people. The leaders of the present colonialism, big corporates, have identified that one of the premier enemies of them is the unity of the people. That is why the ruling class of the country is practicing the same kind of colonial policy, divide and rule. The governors in the states, they are working as a tool of the imperialist policy of divide and rule. Wherever the state government is taking the stand to promote the secularism, then the governors are trying to promote the politics of hate. Respected Chair, in Kerala, the Assembly, everybody know that, the Assembly passed a resolution against NRC and upheld the secular values of the nation, secular values of the states, but the governor of Kerala had openly supported the politics of communal venom. Sir, the division of power is the part of our constitution. This is a part of our nation character. The powers are divided between states and union. But day by day, the powers of the states being reduced by the union government is utilizing the residuary powers to capture the powers of the states. Unfortunately, the governor has also become instrument to implement the plan of the union government. The education and forest, the two sectors which are the classic examples of violation of the division of power. Education and forest were the state subject, but now the entire sectors are under the union government. Earlier, agriculture was in the hands of the states, but the intrusion of the union government has happened there too. The dam and the hydel projects in the states are also serious cases of capture of power. Earlier, the state governments have some powers related to the states. The state governments have taken the stance against these kinds of interventions. But some governors of the states has openly criticized the initiatives of the states. It has widened the gap between the elected state government and the nominated governors. The people of the state are requesting for more autonomy. But the union government is trying to pave the way for more centralized administration through the governors. The states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana are fighting for their rights in various ways. The representative of these states are here. Sir, kindly look at the approach adopted by the governors in the states, they are standing against the interest of their own state governments. The centralization versus decentralization is the core of the clash between states and the governors. Decentralization is the spirit of the age. That means the autonomy of the states, but also the autonomy of the Panchayati Raj institution. It is also a serious concern of the democratic movement in the country. Autonomy of the state does not mean the autonomy of the Raj Bhavans. Autonomy of the state does not mean the autonomy of the Raj Bhavans. The existing wrong notions of the government, governor and the union government should be corrected. The governors are holding the bills passed by the assembly in the name of concurrent list or reductory powers. The union government has so far ignored the demand of the states to place at least the residuary powers of legislation in the state list. The ministers are here, but the government, the union government, is not ready to hand over these residuary powers to the states. We have seen the examples of usage of residuary powers in many ways against the interest of the states. In agriculture sector, the union government has made new laws, but it was withdrawn by the people because of the struggle of the people. About 800 people martyred in the struggle. But the governors, the titular head of the nation, were silent. They did not make any single statement against the move of the union government, the move of the government against the people, the move against the farmers of their state. On the other hand, many times the governors have criticized the state government. When the state government intervened for the protection of the people in the state assemblies, passed the resolution against the anti-people laws made by the union government. The strongest position against the anti-people laws of the union government has been expressed by the Legislative Assembly of Kerala in the resolution. But the titular head of the state took the stand against the resolution, against the interest of the state and the interest of the farmers. Then, what is the meaning of the usage? The head of the state, the word head of the state. We all know the federal structure and great values of the constitution will be destroyed by these kinds of legislations by the union government. In education sector, state government have faced various issues. Everybody knows the extreme centralization in education sector is the one of the motto of the union government. The issue of NEET still exists. The Tamil Nadu state, the representative from Tamil Nadu is here. Tamil Nadu state government has taken a very strong stand for the protection of the interest of their state in the education sector. Naturally, it is against the interest of the union government. It is against the wishes of the union government. The Legislative Assembly has passed the resolution against the NEET. The governor of the state openly criticized the state government and their principled position on the issue of NEET. The powers in the union government, the union list, are in the hands of the union government. They are taking the decisions unilaterally without any inclusion of the opinion of the states. Moreover, there is no formal institutional structure for the mandatory consultation between the union and the states for the legislation under the concurrent list. Sir, state revenue and the role of the governor should be discussed here. Why?
This is an important subject. The revenue of the state is facing a lot of problems because of the intervention of the governors. In this great republic, one of the governor in India openly told the public that he did not sign the budget speech of the state government. It has created an uncomfortable situation in the state. The duty of the governor is to follow the advice of the cabinet. The wise men who have adorned this post had worked in such a way. But reality of the spirit is that the wisdom is rare in Raj Bhavans. The post-liberalization period witnessed a sharp decline in the fiscal health of the state government. Most of the states are facing fiscal crisis. The important factor behind this fiscal crisis strain is the policy of the union government. That is why the states are facing the fiscal crisis. Many states have tried to introduce different alternative measures to overcome the situation. But unfortunately, then the governors are making headills. The governors are making headills. The residuary powers of taxation in the sphere of services are being unilaterally used by the union government. To the total exclusion of the states, the GST captured the entire right of the taxation of the states and LSGs. The allocation of the money to the states is linked with the reforms in the administrative sector. The financial allocation.
Honourable Member, may I just request you, in the previous session, you had taken about 21 to 31 minutes roughly to speak. You have taken about 15 minutes. So if you think about concluding shortly, then other members will also get an opportunity.
I will finish.
Thank you. Because you had already spoken in the earlier session, that is why I'm just requesting. Thank you.
The residuary powers of taxation, already I mentioned here, the allocation of the money to the states is linked with the reforms in the administrative sector. The financial allocation of the union government is not charity. It is the right of the states. So the financial allocation should not be linked to any kind of reforms by the union government. The governors should stand for the financial autonomy of the state. It is the duty of them. The financial burden of the states caused by the governors should be discussed. Fiscal crisis of the states and the expenses of the governors should be debated. I have received an answer from the government to my question that the total expenditure of the National Mission for Libraries in the year 2019-20 is only 73 lakhs. Annual expenditure of some Raj Bhavans is more than 30 times. Respected Chair, media has reported Maharashtra government has given an answer to an RTI question. They revealed that the expenditure of governor for 2 years is 60 crore rupees. It is the 10 times of the allotted amount of the union government to National Mission for Libraries. Currently, the expenditure of the running of the office of the governor and the family of the governor is the duty of the state. This expenditure of the governors should be audited by the society. The governors are appointed by the union government, but the salary and other allowances are paid by the state government. Appointed by the union government, but the salary paid by the state government.
We need to start
it is
wrapping up,
irrational.
Honourable Member.
The salary of the representative of the union government, appointed by the union government, should be paid by the union government. The burden of the salary and upkeep should not be transferred to the state. 1 minute, within 2 minutes, I will finish. The Raj Bhavans are representing the colonial era of India. Majority of the Raj Bhavans are not only the residents of the governors, but also their leisure houses. Look at the existence, expenditure and facilities of the Raj Bhavans. In Maharashtra, 4 Raj Bhavans, Mumbai, Nagpur, Pune, Mahabaleshwar. Sir, one governor is residing in 4 palaces. in a single state, a palace for 3 months. That means for the rest of 9 months, the palace is empty. Then how this palace will be maintained? When governor is not there, who will occupy the palace? Crores of Indians are living without a shelter, but a governor, a titular head of the national state, is using 4 palaces. Why these kind of practices are continuing? During the travel, the VVIPs, chief minister and ministers are utilizing the circuit houses or guest houses. Then why the permanent palaces for the governor in different places? They hardly stay in these palaces. Uttarakhand, sir, 2 Raj Bhavans, Dehradun and Nainital. Nainital Raj Bhavan occupies 220 acres land, which includes 45-acre golf course. The residence of the governor is a highly restricted area, but the golf course is 45 acres. State government should ensure that this land is occupied, land is properly utilized. And in Tamil Nadu, sir, Tamil Nadu, there are 2
Sir, I'm giving you the last minute, thereafter I'll move on.
I will mention only the residential.
I've already indulged you in the previous session. You have spoken 31 minutes.
Tamil Nadu, there are 2 Raj Bhavans, Chennai and Ooty. Chennai Raj Bhavan's estate is 156 acres. It is in the reserved forest area. It might be buffer zone. In Tamil Nadu, I don't know, the governor is in the buffer zone. Ooty is one of the noted tourist place of the nation. Is the governor is a tourist, sir. Winter palace, summer palace. How rich a country, sir. In West Bengal,
Honourable member, I'll have to move on. I'm moving
West
on.
Bengal,
I'm moving on.
Okay,
I'm moving on.
1 second.
Please conclude your last comments, please.
West Bengal, 2 Raj Bhavans. One is Calcutta and second one is Darjeeling. In Odisha, your own state, 2 Raj Bhavans. One is Bhubaneswar and another one is Puri.
I think I'll have to move on. I've given you time. I've requested you repeatedly. Please, your closing comments and we move on, please.
Okay, sir. I am finishing. These things, the governors, the titular head of the states, how they are making the hurdles of the state, functioning, administrative function of the state, these things, this August House, please discuss seriously. And I request the state, all of you take the initiative for stop the revenue, making the hurdle, making the hurdles and taking the wrong practices of the governor and try to end the colonial era's practices in our nation. Thank you, sir. Thank you. With these words,
thank you. Motion moved. I now call upon the members whose names have been received for participation in the discussion. Dr. Anil Agrawal, Honourable Member. 9 minutes allotted to you.
महोदय, भारतीय संविधान की एक खूबसूरती रही है कि किसी भी पद पर, किसी भी संवैधानिक संस्था पर कोई ना कोई क्रॉस चेक जरूर रहता है। इस संविधान में जो गवर्नर का पद है बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण पद है और जब संविधान निर्माताओं ने भारतीय संविधान को बनाया बहुत सोच समझकर इस पद को बनाया गया और इस पद पर हमेशा बहुत ही विद्वान व्यक्ति रहे हैं। मेरे जो मित्र केरला से आते हैं मैं उनको भी बताना चाहूँगा, वहाँ वर्तमान में भी जो गवर्नर हैं महामहिम श्री आरिफ मोहम्मद खान साहब एक बहुत ही अच्छे स्कॉलर। आप अगर उनकी स्पीचेस सुनेंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि वास्तव में आप किसी विद्वान व्यक्ति की स्पीच सुन रहे हैं। और हिंदुइज़्म और जो जिस धर्म से वो आते हैं मुस्लिम, उसके बारे में श्लोक और आयतों के माध्यम से जो वो बोलते हैं पूरा देश उनकी बातों को सुनता है। अधिकांश ऐसे हमारे महामहिम हैं जो वास्तव में बहुत ही विद्वान हैं और वो संविधान की रक्षक के रूप में स्टेट में काम करते हैं। जो मेरे मित्र ने कहा, अगर उस बात को मान लिया जाए तो पूरी जो संवैधानिक ढांचा है वही चरमरा जाएगा, और जो क्रॉस एंड चेक की जो हमारी एक संस्कृति है, पद्धति है, एक तरीका है, वो पूरा का पूरा हमारा समाप्त हो जाएगा। और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स जो चुन के आएंगी वो पूरी तरह से मनमानी हो जाएंगी, बेलगाम हो जाएंगी। कई बार लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था में ऐसे भी लोग चुन के आ जाते हैं जिनकी कोई आइडियोलॉजी नहीं होती, जिनकी कोई विचारधारा नहीं होती, किसी भी मुद्दे पर चुनकर आ गए और उसके बाद वो मनमानी करने की कोशिश करते हैं। और मेरे विद्वान मित्र ने जो कहा, जिस प्रकार से वो महामहिम को हटाकर और उस पद को दोबारा लाना चाहते हैं, उसमें उनका जो सजेशन है उसमें ये है कि साहब वहाँ के जो एमएलएज हैं, वहाँ की जो म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज़ हैं, वहाँ के जो कॉरपोरेशंस हैं, वो सब मिलके महामहिम का चुनाव करें, इलेक्शन। महोदय, स्टेट में ऑलरेडी चीफ मिनिस्टर का जो चुनाव होता है वो लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था से होता है, और एक स्टेट में अगर दो लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्थाएं दोनों इलेक्टेड हो जाएंगे तो शायद जो पर्पस था हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं का गवर्नर के पद पर नियुक्त करने का, वो पूरी की पूरी तरह से डिफीट हो जाएगा। महोदय, मेरे मित्र ने एक ये भी सुझाव दिया है अपने बिल में कि 2/3 अगर एमएलएज को चाहें तो वो गवर्नर को हटा सकते हैं। गवर्नर के पद पर वर्तमान में जो नियुक्ति होती है वो महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के द्वारा होती है, और राष्ट्रपति इलेक्टेड पद है। महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी का जो चुनाव होता है उसमें हर विधानसभा के विधायकगण, लोकसभा के सांसदगण, राज्यसभा के सांसदगण, सबकी डिफरेंट वैल्यूज़ एमएलएज की रहती है, एमपीज़ की रहती है, और पूरे देश में उसका एक बहुत ही लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से चुनाव होता है, और उस चुनाव के आधार पर महामहिम राष्ट्रपति का पद पर व्यक्ति आसीन होता है। उनकी इंटीग्रिटी को या उनके द्वारा नॉमिनेटेड व्यक्ति को किसी भी प्रकार से शंका की दृष्टि से देखना मेरे ख्याल से ये उचित नहीं होगा। मैं आपको पूर्व में भी ले जाना चाहता हूँ, जो मेरे मित्र मुझे लगता है गवर्नर के पद से परेशान हैं। कुछ कांग्रेस सरकारों में इस प्रकार के गवर्नर्स रहे हैं जिनका आचरण ठीक नहीं रहा, तो मुझे लगता है वो दृष्टांत उनके सामने है, लेकिन अधिकांश मामलों में इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था नहीं है, और गवर्नर्स की अपनी एक गरिमा है। आप देखिए, जब स्टेट इलेक्शंस का चुनाव होता है उस समय गवर्नर का कितना इम्पोर्टेंट रोल होता है। अगर गवर्नर भी राजनीति से प्रेरित होकर काम करने लगे तो मुझे लगता है पूरी की पूरी जो संवैधानिक व्यवस्था है, चीफ मिनिस्टर को शपथ दिलाने की व्यवस्था है, उनका सदन में जो बहुमत सिद्ध करने की व्यवस्था है, वो पूरी की पूरी प्रक्रिया जो है वो प्रभावित हो सकती है। महोदय, राजभवन के रेजिडेंसेस के बारे में कुछ मेरे मित्र ने बताया है कि किसी स्टेट में 3 हैं, कहीं 4 हैं। मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि राजभवन वास्तव में कई स्टेट में ज़्यादा हैं, लेकिन उसमें 1 सीट या 2 सीट महामहिम राज्यपाल के लिए आरक्षित रहता है। बाकी का जो राजभवन है वो बहुत सारे व्यक्तियों के द्वारा यूज किया जाता है, उनके सेक्रेटरीज़ के द्वारा यूज़ किया जाता है, और उन राजभवनों में जब महामहिम नहीं भी रहते तब भी स्टेट में वीआईपी गेस्ट उसी राजभवन में निवास करते हैं, और ये एक ऐसी व्यवस्था है जो सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से भी उचित है। कई बार हमारे बहुत सारे ऐसे गणमान्य व्यक्ति होते हैं जो उस स्टेट में विज़िट करते हैं, और विज़िट करते समय उनकी सुरक्षा का विशेष ध्यान रखा जाता है, तो उनको उन राजभवनों में ठहराया जाता है। वो राजभवन सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से बहुत अच्छी लोकेशंस पे हैं, उनकी सुरक्षा व्यवस्था अच्छी है, तो उसमें जो हमारा बाकी की जो चिंताएं होती हैं उन महामहिम व्यक्तियों को ठहराने की, वो चिंताएं हमारी दूर हो जाती हैं। महोदय, आज जो राष्ट्रपति महोदय द्वारा गवर्नर को चुने जाने का, चयनित करने का जो सिस्टम है, वो भी बहुत लोकतांत्रिक है, और अगर उसमें हम किसी भी प्रकार की छेड़छाड़ करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो मुझे लगता है उसका रिज़ल्ट बहुत ख़राब होगा। हमारा जो गवर्नर का पद है बहुत ही एक महत्वपूर्ण पद है, और राज्य सरकार की मनमानी को रोकने का एकमात्र जरिया है कि वो राज्यपाल की रिपोर्ट के आधार पर राष्ट्रपति उसमें बहुत सारे निर्णय करते हैं। लेकिन मैं यहाँ ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ कि उस व्यवस्था पर भी हमारे न्यायालयों द्वारा उचित कार्रवाई समय समय पर की गई है। अगर किसी महामहिम राज्यपाल द्वारा कोई निर्णय गलत लिया गया है, कोर्ट में चैलेंज हुए हैं बहुत सारे निर्णय, विशेषकर जो उनके निर्णय चैलेंज हुए हैं वो निर्णय हैं जो सरकार के फॉर्मेशन से हैं, सरकार के बनाने से हैं, चीफ मिनिस्टर के शपथ से लेके चीफ मिनिस्टर नॉमिनेशन, चीफ मिनिस्टर का सदन में बहुमत, ये सारी की सारी व्यवस्थाएं जो हैं वो कई बार चैलेंज हुई हैं। उनमें भी लेकिन अधिकांश समय जो न्यायालयों के द्वारा जो निर्णय आए हैं।
माननीय सदस्य, 1 मिनट आपका और है, और 1 मिनट है।
कोई बात नहीं, मैं कंक्लूड करता हूं सर। उनमें भी जो व्यवस्थाएं रही हैं वो ऐसी रही हैं कि उनमें अधिकांश निर्णय जो महामहिम राज्यपाल के द्वारा लिए गए वही निर्णय अपहेल्ड हुए हैं। मैं पुनः अपने मित्र से ये अनुरोध करूंगा कि उन्होंने जो ये बिल लाया है इसको वो वापस लें। उन्होंने कुछ हो सकता है व्यक्तिगत कारणों से या और किसी दबाव में ये बिल लाए हों, लेकिन मुझे लगता है अगर वो बिल वापस लेंगे तो संविधान की मर्यादा बचेगी। संविधान भारत का जो निर्माताओं ने बहुत सोच समझकर बनाया है, और एक ऐसे पद पर जो बहुत बड़ा संवैधानिक पद है, उस पे हम किसी भी प्रकार से अगर मुझे लगता है छेड़छाड़ करेंगे तो ये उचित नहीं होगा। और मुझे लगता है कि मैं पूरे सदन से ये अनुरोध करूं कि इस बिल के विरोध में अपना मत करें। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Honorable Member Dr. L. Hanumanteya ji, 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes allotted by your party.
Sir, thank you, Chairman. Sir, the private member bill moved by Dr. Shivadasan is timely, and this upper house with the representation of different political parties has to discuss thoroughly, and I request the House to have a unanimous decision on this in implementing the bill, so that the friction between the central government and the state governments, particularly the governments in the center and non-political attitude, will prevail in the state, sir. Sir, Article 153 says there shall be a governor in each state, and one person can be appointed, and he can be given 2 or 3 states as in charge. A governor is appointed by the president and is a nominee of the central government. Sir, it is stated that governor has a dual role, that he is the constitutional head of the state, bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers of that particular state. Sir, he functions as a vital link between the union government and the state government. Sir, the governor has the power to grant pardons, reprieves, according to Article 161. Sir, the governor with the CM, head of the state, that except some conditions for discretions, he has to take the advice of the Chief Minister of the state, who is the head of the executive. Sir, the governor appoints the Chief Minister and other ministers according to the Article 164. He assents, withholds the assent, or reserves the bill for the consideration of the President passed by the Legislative Assembly. Then, sir, the governor may promulgate the ordinances under certain important circumstances according to the Article 213. Sir, governor is envisaged as the apolitical head. This is a very important factor to be considered. He is always an apolitical head who must act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. However, the governor enjoys certain discretionary powers granted under the Constitution. For example, giving or withholding assent to a bill passed by the legislature, determining the time needed for a party to prove its majority, or which party must be called first to do so, generally after the hung verdict in any election during the time. Sir, there are no provisions laid down for the manner in which the governor and the state must engage publicly when there is a difference of opinion. There is no provisions laid down so far, sir. Sir, the governor has 5-year term in an office. Sir, in 2001, the National Commission to Review the Working of the Constitution held that governor owes his appointment and his continuation to the union. There is an apprehension that he is likely to act in accordance with the instructions received from the Union Council of Ministers. It is only an apprehension, but it is not the fact. In the Constitution, sir, there are no guidelines for exercise of the governor's powers, including the appointment of a CM and dissolving the assembly. There is no limit set how long a governor can withhold assent of a bill. The governor sends a report to the center which forms the basis of the Union Cabinet's recommendations to the President for invoking Article 356. This is another important article which the governor has to follow very carefully in the interest of the center as well as the state. Sir, why the attempts have been made to address concerns over the alleged partisan role played by the governors is the question I think we have to address today. Sir, changes regarding the selection of governors. Sir, the National Commission to Review the Working of the Constitution, appointed by the Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government in 2000, suggested that governor of a state should be appointed by the President after consultation with the Chief Minister of the state, which has to be noticed, and no central government so far has followed this to have a consultation with the Chief Minister. Sir, the Sarkaria Commission, set up in 1983 to look into the center-state relations, proposed that Vice President of India and Speaker of Lok Sabha should be consulted by the Prime Minister in the selection of the governors. This is another proposal by Sarkaria Commission, which is a landmark commission during that period. Sir, that Punchi Commission proposal says Justice Madan Mohan Punchi Committee, constituted in 2007 on center-state relations, proposed in its report that committee comprising the Prime Minister, Home Minister, Vice President, Speaker, and concerned Chief Minister should choose the governor. This is another recommendation by the committee, sir. The Punchi Committee also recommended deleting the doctrine of pleasure from the Constitution, but backed the right of the governor to sanction the prosecution of ministers against the advice of the state government. So it also argued for a provision for impeachment of the governor by the state legislature. Sir, these are all the duties of the governors where we have to follow meticulously. Sir, unfortunately, today, what is happening, what are the comments in the public domain, and how the governor's officers have been treated by the central government, and why the state governments are forced to go to the Supreme Court to implement the constitutional spirit, which are not clear guide, which they don't have a clear guidance in this respect. Sir, the Supreme Court questions, can governors kill the bills passed by the Assembly? This is the question raised by the Supreme Court, sir. The substantive part of the Article 200 empowers the governor to withhold the assent of the bill. But in such an event, governor must mandatorily follow the course of action which is indicated in the first proviso of the communicating to the state legislature as soon as possible. A message warranting the reconsideration of the bill. But in most of the cases, sir, where people are in front of the Supreme Court today, the state governments are in front of the Supreme Court today, the minimum requirement of warranting the state legislatures as soon as possible, a message warranting the reconsideration of the bill has not been followed. Many a times, years together, bills were pending in the governor's office. This is the major cause to an elected government by the governors who are the representatives of the central governments has followed. That is the major issue today which is under discussion. Sir, Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said during the draft constitution to the Constituent Assembly on November 4, 1948, Ambedkar highlighted the need to diffuse the constitutional morality in Indian society. He has also said that it is imperative to deepen the democracy, which is only a top dressing on Indian soil, which is essentially undemocratic. Sir, the journey of these 75 years of independence, the constitutionalism in India provides the perfect context to revisit the idea of constitutional morality, what Ambedkar said during that time, during 1948. It is also said the constitution and morality in light of the ongoing tussle between the governors and the elected governments, especially in Kerala, Maharashtra, of course not now, the government has changed, Punjab, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu. The noticeable factor is all these governments are non-BJP governments. That is what is to be noted today. Sir, the Supreme Court has expressed serious concern about the delays by the governors in assenting the bills passed by the state elected legislators. This violates the constitutional provisions and the doctrine of constitutional morality which Ambedkar was talking about. Sir, the Constitution of India has envisaged the role of the governors as custodians of the constitutionalism in respective of states. However, owing to the nature of appointment using nominee selection by the union government, most of the time governors abide by the obligation of the ruling dispensation rather than the constitutionalism. This is the major observation at this time, sir. Sir, this has deepened the crisis between the union governments and the state government, which is eroding the principles of cooperative federalism. Sir, the conduct of the governors in these states has resurrected the question of the need to continue the governors in office in a parliamentary democracy. That is the crisis today. That is a serious crisis today. So the fact that there is a conflict between the governors office and the elected governments is a very sad part of the democracy, a serious concern of the democratic process. Sir, the immediate consequences of this trend are affecting the public governance and administration, erodes the harmonious relation between the state and central government, and it also affects the governor office, destabilizes the elected government as they are under pressure and non-performing the governance. This union-state relations, overall, the federal scheme of the constitution is in the state of disequilibrium. Sir, there are some solutions suggested by the experts of the constitution and people who have experienced the 75 years of independence. Sir, one that, firstly, the state government must be consulted before the governor's appointment by the union government. This is the suggestion, as recommended by the Sarkariya Commission. This will ensure much needed consultation between the union and state governments, thereby strengthening the relationship between both these governments in the true spirit of cooperative federalism. Sir, secondly, the Supreme Court of India must direct the Union Ministry of Law and Justice to frame the guidelines for the Governor Office in consultation with the Law Commission of India to assent to the bills on time to avoid unregulated delays in the future, which is very much required and necessary. Sir, thirdly, empower the office of the President of India.
Honourable Member, you have
to
one
recall,
more minute.
I'll go according to your time. Empower the office of the President of India to recall the governors who are the subject of the constitutional violation in discharging the duties as per the Article 200. Article 200 has become a serious concern today, where the governors are playing with it, with the discretionary powers given by the Constitution to them are not followed with a judicious thinking and judicious decisions. Sir, lastly, the time has come to remove the word otherwise in Article 356 through a constitutional amendment, as governors have misused the word to dissolve many elected governments in the states.
Thank you.
So, sir, last sentence, this will curtail some of the discretionary powers and prevent the misuse of governor's office by the union government, whichever is in the power. These things, if they are followed, the real private members which we are discussing will have some fruitful decisions, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honourable Member Shri Jawahar Sarkar. You have 7 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us this opportunity of supporting the constitutional amendment brought in by Dr. Sivadasan to introduce election of governors as a mode to save the constitution. Now, one of the most depressing news that I as a legislature, you as legislators, we all as part of the overall structure of governance, one of the most depressing news that we have heard in the last few days is the manner in which a governor, I am referring to the governor of Tamil Nadu, was pulled up by the Supreme Court for exceeding his jurisdiction. The Supreme Court has intervened from time to time, pulling up the governors of Kerala. Our governor in West Bengal has set new records, pulling up the governors of Maharashtra for exceeding their powers. This all emanates from one mischievous word. I use the word, sir, one mischievous word in the Constitution that was a legacy of the colonial past. And this word is found, discretion is found in Article 163, sub-article clause 2. Now, based on this article, this is a colonial legacy. We all speak of colonial legacy, but we do not know how to define it. anything that suits, anything that militates against our way of thinking, anything that militates against, sometimes against what I call the culture of the Ganga Valley, is said to be colonial and fit to be dumped out. No, it is not so. Colonialism spells itself out through the mechanics of power and hegemony. Through power and hegemony. And this is proved through the continuation of the powers of the institution of the governor in a democratic federal setup. This post came up from the Government of India Act, Imperial Act of 1919. It was carried on through the Government of India Act of 1935. And I would inform my honorable friends on both sides that the Deputy Chief Minister of West Bengal at that time, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, whom they respect a lot, had a series of guerrilla wars with Governor Herbert, who did not allow him to exercise his democratic powers. Now, in a free and federal and democratic India, we should have learned the lesson and circumscribed, cut the talons of the governor, but instead we put this 163(2). Today, this bill seeks to bring in 153, an amendment to Article 153 to introduce elections. Now, we can't have a diarchy, sir. This is a democratic polity. You can't have two governments of India. There is one government of India that is elected by 37% vote. We respect it. Respect also the state governments that have been elected by the same electorate for governing their states. And do not assume that just because you have a colonial post, you can interfere with it, you can trip it, you can sabotage it whenever you feel like. You cannot. You have learned your lessons in the opposition. While in the opposition, you will learn them again when you come to the opposition. Now, having said this, West Bengal has the singular fortune of being out with the central government for 49 years. 2-3 generations. My generation has never seen any ability. And the instrument of the post of governor is used for every purpose, including the interference with the intrinsic law and order powers of the state. If there is any comment to be made, let the Home Ministry come up and make a comment. But why should a governor, advised by an undersecretary, I am saying, sir, at the cost of contradiction, all governors, irrespective of regime, are run by diktats issued by undersecretaries and deputy secretaries of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Come and challenge it and say, no, I will ask for the correspondence. I know what I'm talking about. It hurts the self-respect of any thinking person. The bureaucrats of North Bloc cannot be allowed to run a free run over the democratic aspiration of the different peoples of India. The election is because we consider the post of governor to be largely protocol, largely ceremonial, so that the chief minister doesn't have to run to every function. Seedhi baat mein keh diya. But then you can't bear such a huge expenditure. You can't go in for a huge expenditure at the lavish scale on which you have said. The lavish scale itself, whether the bill is passed or not, is a subject that government may like to review because it smacks of colonial imperialism. We have spoken, supposing, I'm giving a minute only, supposing you had a similar institution in the government of India. Supposing you had the president telling you morning and evening, ye aapne galat kiya, aapki law and order. I mean, you can't run. You are insulting the people who have elected that government, the central government or the state government. You cannot run. We had a small instance of this when President Zail Singh was having his run-ins with the Prime Minister of India. And that is not a very pleasant experience. Remember that experience and squeeze it to the experience of states. You'll know how you have created a ceremonial post into a nuisance, absolute nuisance. I support the election because the election would again be in tandem with what the people of that state want
1 minute.
For the governor, what they want for the governor. Sir, the core of our strength is federalism. As of democracy, it is federalism that represents, I come from a state that is quite distant from the Ganga Valley. I come from a state that is quite distant from Tamil Nadu. but we feel that we are not together because we are respected. If you carry away the self-respect, you destroy India. We are one because we are many. Do not try to homogenize us. With these words, I support the bill.
Thank you. Honourable Member Shri Santosh Kumar P., you have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. Even though the mover of the bill belongs to a political party which is very close to my party, I can't support this bill because my party, the Communist Party of India, stands for the abolition of the very post of governor. And this issue was highly debated in the Constituent Assembly as well, years ago. And Rohini Kumar Chowdhury, a prominent member from Bihar, had stated that a piece of cow dung can spoil entire vessel of milk. She was referring to the activities of the governor of Sindh. It's not history, but this is relevant even today. Governors they have become trouble engines to destroy everything in states. I don't want to give you a details of what is happening in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Governors have become political manipulators. So why we need the post of governor? The mover have given a detailed list of examples, how the governors are spending money, how decorative their life is, how extravagant they are. So I don't want to add anything more. To perform the role of a governor and the duties of a governor, if at all anything is there, that can be done by the Chief Justice of a state or a Supreme Court Chief Justice. Nothing more is required. So I think it is high time to think about the abolition of the very post of the governor. And secondly, I think almost all parties are in agreement of the continuation of the post of governor. At least let us think about changing the very name of Raj Bhavans. Because it's an old British name. No, I am not in favor of the name-changing virus. That virus has affected everywhere in our country, every aspect of life, sphere of life. But Raj Bhavans, these people who are sitting in the Raj Bhavan think they are Rajas of modern time. So they at least let us, take initiative to rename Raj Bhavans. And moreover, I can tell you, this extra-constitutional overstepping activities of the governors must be controlled at any cost. And when we talk about the election of a governors, see,
you have a minute
are not relevant because the electoral college which he suggests consists of even local representatives, or representatives from local bodies. That makes it's a very strong position because the chief minister, if you want to elect the chief minister, what you want? You have to, the members of the assembly can elect the chief minister. But here to elect the governor, you need the support of members of the assembly plus local, body representatives. That makes the post
conclude.
of the governor
The time is running out.
Let me complete, sir, please. 1 minute. Make it more, more more powerful. So that it should not be higher than the elected chief minister of a state. The chief minister is, of course, that is the highest democratically elected body in a state. Then how can be the governor above that? Then, moreover, to dismiss the governor, we don't want the representatives from the local bodies.
Honourable member, your time is over.
That also
Please
drawback
conclude.
of the bill. So anyway, sir, let me add this point once again, that we all have to think about the post of governor, and this post must be abolished at any cost. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Shri R. Girirajan ji, just before you start, let me clarify that you have 3 speakers from your party, and the total time for your party is only 5 minutes.
Total time.
So therefore, we'll be only able to provide 2 minutes or max 2.5 minutes per member. It is decided as per the roster. I can't help it. But, sir, Honourable Tiruchi ji, you are a senior member. You were part of the chair, you know. We work by the roster. We can't have a discretion. So 2 minutes, sir. Please.
Sir, respected sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks, my leader, Tiruchi Siva. It's the right time to discuss the governor's need or not. I want to say in Tamil, our leader, Perarijar Anna, who has in the அவையிலே மிகப்பெரிய தலைவராக பரிணாமப்படுத்தப்பட்ட நேரத்திலே அவர் சொன்ன வார்த்தை, ஆட்டுக்கு தாடி தேவையில்லை. Beard not to the goat. Like governor's post not necessary to the government, state governments. ஆட்டுக்கு எப்படி தாடி தேவையில்லையா, நாட்டுக்கு கவர்னர் தேவையில்லை. இந்த கவர்னர் பதவி என்பது மிகப்பெரிய அலங்கார பதவி. இந்த அலங்கார பதவி என்பது ஒருவரை கவர்னர் ஆக்கிவிட்டு மத்திய அரசு தனக்கு வேண்டாத அரசுகள் இருக்கின்ற இடத்துங்களிலே அவர்களை தலையாட்டி பொம்மைகள் போல் வைத்திருப்பதற்காக கவர்னரை பயன்படுத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இந்தியாவிலே மகாராஷ்டிரத்திலே என்ன ஏற்பட்டது? கேரளத்திலே என்ன நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது? தெலுங்கானாவிலே என்ன நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது? ஏன் எங்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டிலே என்ன நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது? 15க்கும் மேற்பட்ட மாநில அரசுகளால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட, மக்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட பெரும்பான்மை பெற்ற மாநில அரசாக திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தினுடைய அரசு தளபதி மு.க. ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள் தலைமையிலே இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருந்த போதிலும் நாங்கள் அரசியல் சட்டம் வகுத்து தந்திருக்கின்ற நெறிமுறைகளின் அடிப்படையிலே பல்வேறு மசோதாக்களை, மக்கள் நலனுக்கான மசோதாக்களை நிறைவேற்றி கவர்னருக்கு அனுப்பிய நேரத்திலே கிட்டத்தட்ட 2 ஆண்டுகளாக 15க்கும் மேற்பட்ட மசோதாக்களை தன்னுடைய காலுக்கு அடியிலே போட்டு மிதித்துக் கொண்டிருப்பவர் தான் இன்றைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டின் கவர்னராக இருக்கின்ற திரு R.N. ரவி அவர்கள் என்பதை இந்த மன்றத்திலே பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன். We have to discuss.
Please wrap up, please.
The time limitation should fix for assent given by the governors on several issues. In India, states are also not strangers to controversies arising with their governors, most of them relating to choosing of chief ministers, conducting floor tests, dissolving legislative assemblies, recommending president's rule and delaying assent to bills or reserving them for president's consideration in the recent times besides Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Haryana and Kerala and Telangana. Article 153 of the Constitution provides for a governor in each and every state. The executive powers are vested in the governor under Article 154.
Honorable member,
the constitutional
please conclude. We'll have to move on.
Warrants that assent of the governor or the president is a necessary for all bills to become the law of the land. The Supreme Court in Shamshad Singh versus State of Punjab 1974 has settled the position that the governor is only a constitutional head under the executive powers of the state.
I'm moving on, honorable member.
Exercised
I'm sorry,
by the
your time
Council
is up. I'll
of
have
Ministers,
to move on.
which you have article
Shri
of India.
Sujit Kumar, honorable member Shri Sujit Kumar. Sorry, I'll have to move on. Shri Sujit Kumar. I'm sorry, your time is up. Honorable member Shri Sujit Kumar. No, it's as per time. It's as per time. I'm sorry. You know the rules. You know the rules. You know the rules. Honorable member, please sit down. It's not going on record. It's not going on record. It's not going on record. Please. Honorable member Shri Sujit Kumar.
मेरा समय अभी शुरू होना चाहिए.
All right.
और सर आप तो दिलदार हैं, 1-2 मिनट ज़्यादा दे दीजिएगा.
मेरे हाथ में नहीं है, माननीय चेयरमैन साहब का निर्देश.
Sir, although I acknowledge and appreciate.
You have a total of 5 minutes.
Sir, 1-2 minutes, sir. Sir, although I appreciate and acknowledge the sentiments and the spirit with which this bill has been introduced by my dear friend and esteemed colleague, Mr. Shivdasan, I do not support the bill because I think it is neither desirable nor feasible. And I'll give you 4 reasons, sir. One is the issue of accountability. One is the constitutional reasons. Third is the normative grounds. And fourth are the constitutional debates which have settled this issue in my view. Sir, we have to understand the difference between accountability and constitutional responsibility. The high office of governor is that of constitutional responsibility, constitutional authority, not accountability. Sir, in his arguments, the Honorable Member Shivdasanji, sir, alluded to the stature and dignity of the high office of the governor. I completely am with him on that. And he argued that because of this high office which the governor holds, he should enjoy the support, legitimate support of the people, and he should be accountable to the people. But sir, for this we already have an elected government in the state. Can you have 2 parallel power centers, one of the chief minister and one of the governor? Sir, the office of governor should evoke, sir, cooperation and respect. And to give further clarity, I would like to quote what the Constitutional Assembly member, Mr. B.G. Kher, had said. The most important principle of good government in a popular constitution is that no executive functionaries should ever be appointed by popular election. No executive functionaries should ever be appointed by popular election, neither by the votes of the people themselves, nor by those of their representatives. Sir, next I come to the normative grounds why I oppose this bill. Sir, the office of governor should exert an all-pervasive moral influence on the state, sir, state government and the people of the state. Sir, I'd like to quote Sarkaria Commission, which Hanumantia ji elaborately referred to. Sir, Sarkaria Commission on Interstate Relations quoted the office of governor as the constitutional head is to act as friend, philosopher and guide to the elected government, to the Council of Ministers. And sir, if we have an elected governor as is envisaged in this bill, sir, we will not have the check and balance, which is the core of our constitution, sir. How can an elected governor, sir, operate freely without being beholden to the party that has elected or that has chosen that person to be elected? Sir, how can the governor think independently? Sir, these are the reasons why I oppose this bill. Sir, while addressing the Conference of Governors in June 2005, the former President of India, Dr. Kalam, observed that while there are many checks and balances provided by the Constitution, the office of the governor has been bestowed with the independence to rise above the day-to-day politics and override compulsions either emanating from the central system or the state system. Sir, now I'll refer to the constitutional grounds why I oppose this bill. Sir, in our scheme of things, constitutional scheme of things, the governor plays a very important role in maintaining the federal structure of our constitution, which also is part of the basic structure in the Supreme Court judgment of 1973, Kesavanand Bharati judgment. Sir, the celebrated judgment of S.R. Bomai versus Union of India explains in detail the importance of this role, and I quote, this is the Honorable Supreme Court, "The key actor in the center-state relations is the governor, a bridge between the union and the state. The office of the governor is a vital link and a channel of impartial and objective communication of the working of the constitution by the state government to the President of India." And he goes on, the judgment goes on, because of paucity of time, I will not get to it. Sir, it is also important for the House to visit the Sarkaria Commission report on the role of the High Office of the Governor, and I will briefly quote from the report. "The governor in our system does not function as a constitutional head for the whole gamut of his responsibilities. There is an important area, though limited and subject to constitutional constraints, within which he acts in the exercise of his discretion."
Honourable Member, last minute.
Sir, he is a live link of channel between the union and the states. He is a live link of channel between the union and the state. Sir, finally, I will refer to the constitutional debate. Sir, on this very issue, eminent member T.T. Krishnamachari had quoted, and I quote, "The position is either you make the legislature supreme or you make the governor supreme. If you adopt the presidential system, the governor is supreme. But under the parliamentary system that we have, the legislature and the leader of the majority party in the legislature will be supreme. The choice is obvious, and that choice is logical." Sir, unquote. Sir, in their infinite wisdom, the founding fathers of our constitution had anticipated such a situation. And there was elaborate discussion for 2 full days, sir, on 30th of May 1949 and 31st of May 1949. And 2 alternatives were suggested. Sir, give me, sir, 30 seconds. Sir, alternative 1. This is Article 131 of the draft Constitution of 1948. First alternative, the governor of a state shall be elected by direct vote of all persons who have the right to vote at the general election for the legislative assembly of the state. This is the first alternative. Second alternative, the governor of a state shall be appointed by the president by warrant under his 30 seconds, sir, and seal from a panel of 4 candidates to be elected by the members of the legislative assembly of the state, or where there is legislative council in the state by all the members.
Please conclude.
Sir, after exhaustive and elaborate discussion, deliberation, debate, the Constituent Assembly adopted this second alternative with some modification, which is Article 151 as it stands today, that the governor of a state shall be appointed by the president by warrant under his hand and seal. And sir, our first Prime Minister Pandit Nehru also, sir, sided with this argument, the second alternative.
Please conclude.
And
please conclude.
I feel there is no compelling reason to deviate from the wisdom of our founding fathers, and I oppose this. This is the reason I oppose this.
Honourable Member Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, you have 3 minutes.
वाइस चेयरमैन साहब, आपको शुक्रिया कहने में और जय हिंद बोलने में ही वक्त गुजर जाएगा। बहरहाल, माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, वाइस चेयरमैन साहब, मैं उन तमाम पीड़ित राज्यों के पक्ष में खड़ा हूं जो अपने अपने लाट साहब से परेशान हैं, और परेशानी कई तरह की है। मैं तो ये मानता हूं हमारे बीजेपी के मित्रों के पास बहुत अच्छा पूल है। अब यहीं कितने लोग हैं जिनको मैं चाहूंगा अपने स्टेट ले जाऊं, बिहार, गवर्नर बना करके। अच्छे लोग हैं, लोकतांत्रिक, विशाल हृदय। तो सर, माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, एक वाकया बताना चाहता हूं। 1952 में बीसी राय, कोई नहीं है तृणमूल के शायद, बीसी राय वेस्ट बंगाल के चीफ मिनिस्टर थे। नेहरू जी ने किसी को गवर्नर नियुक्त करने की कोशिश की, तो बीसी राय साहब ने कहा कि हमारे यहाँ नॉन बंगाली गवर्नर नहीं चलेगा। हालांकि उसके बाद काफी चीजें बदल गई, तो एचसी मुखर्जी साहब की नियुक्ति हुई। फिर 57 में वैसा ही कुछ हुआ, तो बीसी राय जी ने फिर कहा कि ना, वही बात अभी भी रहेगी, हमको बंगाली गवर्नर चाहिए। तो पद्मजा नायडू पर सहमति बनी। पद्मजा नायडू बाइलिंगुअल थी, मदर बंगाली, फादर आंध्राइट। तो एक वो दौर था जहां देश के प्रधानमंत्री मुख्यमंत्री की बात सुनते थे, और एक ये दौर है, बाकी तो नहीं कहूंगा, फिल इन द ब्लैंक है, लेकिन मुख्यमंत्री से वैर रखना, गवर्नरों ने अपना दायित्व समझ लिया। कितने नाम गिनाऊं, कहां तक सुनोगे, कहां तक सुनाऊं, हजारों हैं शिकवे, क्या क्या गिनाऊं। अब हाल में ही सर्वोच्च न्यायालय की टिप्पणी आई। वो टिप्पणी क्या कहती है? ये गवर्नर सचमुच अपने को लाट साहब समझते हैं। जब एक राज्य में राज्य की चुनी हुई व्यवस्था का मुख्यमंत्री अगर वो कुछ करना चाहते हैं, गवर्नर साहब बिल पे बैठ जाते हैं। वो बिल पे नहीं बैठते हैं, जन आकांक्षाओं पे बैठ जाते हैं। और जन आकांक्षाओं पर अगर कोई व्यक्ति बैठ जाता है, तो आप ये यकीन मानिए कि वो चुनी हुई सरकार के लिए प्रतिरोध के क्षण हर वक्त उत्पन्न करता रहता है। मैं आपको एक और उदाहरण दूं, माननीय वाइस चेयरमैन साहब, जिन राज्यों में केंद्र की सत्ता, वाइस चेयरमैन साहब, तेरे आने और तेरे जाने में हमने सदियों का फासला देखा।
कंक्लूड करें माननीय।
मैं सिर्फ 1-1.5 मिनट लूंगा सर, कोई नहीं, बस 1-1.5 मिनट, आपको दोबारा टोकना नहीं पड़ेगा जय हिंद से पूर्व। तो मैं देखिए तारतम्य टूट गया, क्या बता रहा था?
दूसरा वाक्य बता रहे थे। कंक्लूड करें मान्यवर।
हाँ सर, मैं ये कह रहा था,
प्लीज माननीय नीरज जी प्लीज। माननीय नीरज जी प्लीज।
सर, नीरज भाई वाला टाइम निकाल दीजिएगा मुझ में से।
आप कंक्लूड करें मान्यवर।
सर, कंक्लूड कैसे करूं, बीच में नीरज भाई बोल दिए।
चलिए आप
मैं सर इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि जिन राज्यों में बीजेपी विपक्ष में है, वहां मजबूत हो जाती है बीजेपी। जानते हैं क्यों? गवर्नर साहब 60% विपक्ष का काम कर देते हैं, वो विपक्ष में हो जाते हैं। मैंने ऐसे गवर्नर्स देखे हैं जो टेलीविजन चैनल में शाम से बैठ जाते हैं, अपनी ही सरकार के बारे में।
ऑनरेबल मेंबर प्लीज कंक्लूड।
सर, अनिल जी
प्लीज कंक्लूड करें।
ऐसे में
30 सेकंड्स प्लीज कंक्लूड।
नहीं, एक बात बताइए
प्लीज कंक्लूड।
अगर ऐसे बात होगी तो कोई बात कैसे?
माननीय मनोज जी।
सर, माननीय मनोज जी, आपने कहा तो मैं एक चीज जरूर कहूंगा। एक चीज जो मुझको बड़ी दुखती है, जब मैं राजनीति में भी नहीं था, बता रहा हूं सर, गवर्नर का वाइस चांसलर के अपॉइंटमेंट का अधिकार। सर, राज्य की शिक्षा व्यवस्था में राज्य की सरकार से सवाल पूछे जाते हैं, तुम्हारा सेशन लेट क्यों है, तुम्हारी ये परेशानियां क्यों है, तुम्हारी वो परेशानियां क्यों है। लेकिन वाइस चांसलर के चयन का अधिकार, नियुक्ति का अधिकार राज्य की सरकार के पास नहीं है। अंत में मैं अपनी बात यही समाप्त करूंगा। माननीय उपसभापति जी, आपने वक्त दिया, हालांकि मेरे वक्त में कई लोगों ने वक्त ले लिया, लेकिन मैं इतना कहना चाहूंगा कि गवर्नर के पद पर, क्योंकि आप सत्ता में, केंद्र की सत्ता में हमेशा नहीं है, ऐसी व्यवस्था ना हो कि केंद्र और राज्य के बीच में, जो अंबेडकर साहब की अवधारणा थी कि राज्य खैरात नहीं मांग रहा है केंद्र से, एक सहकारी संबंध है जो। और आखिरी इसके बगैर कहूंगा आपको भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, आप बाहर कहिएगा कविता नहीं सुनाई। तो सर, लाट साहबों के नाम
प्लीज
कोई उम्मीद पर नहीं आती, कोई सूरत नजर नहीं आती, पहले आती थी हाले दिल पे हंसी, अब किसी बात पर नहीं आती, काबे किस मुंह से जाओगे गालिब, शर्म तुमको मगर नहीं आती। जय हिंद सर।
Thank you, honourable member. Honourable member Dr. John Brittas, 2 minutes.
Very brief, sir. Very brief. Sir, the slogan of Honourable Prime Minister is cooperative federalism. The tagline of G20 was that 3 Ds: democracy, development, diversity. In application, in implementation, the 3 D is like destabilize, disrupt, defame. किसको? Opposition governments को. ये डिस्टेबलाइज, डिफेम, डिसरप्ट करने के लिए उनका हाथ एक टूल है, ये गवर्नर साहब है। ये चल रहे हमारा देश में। मिस्टर अनिल अग्रवाल उनका दोस्त है, केरल का गवर्नर, वो बार बार वहां आ रहे, उससे पूछ लीजिए। सर my only request, I will be very brief, my only request to them is that if at all they want to ensure democracy, federalism in this country, let them adhere to cooperative federalism and remove all those people, because in our country there are 2 areas now, like flood affected, drought affected. One is ED affected area and governor affected area. Let us finish with this. Please pull back all your tools and ensure that your words are implemented. Let there be no difference between your words and deeds. Sir, I respect you. That's why I'm going to sit down. Thank you very much.
Honourable member Shri Khiru Mahato ji, 2 minutes.
सभापति महोदय, मैं मानता हूं कि वर्तमान परिदृश्य में राज्यपालों उपराज्यपालों की नियुक्ति प्रक्रिया तथा उनके क्रियाकलाप भारत के लोकतंत्र के हित में नहीं है। संविधान के प्रथम अनुच्छेद में कहा गया है कि भारत राज्यों का संघ होगा। अगर जनता द्वारा लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से चुनी हुई सरकार के विधायी कार्यों में राज्यपाल के रूप में केंद्र सरकार द्वारा नियुक्त व्यक्ति दुर्भावना से ग्रसित होकर हस्तक्षेप करेगा तो ये भारत के संघीय प्रणाली का अपमान है। प्रस्तावित विधेयक में अनुच्छेद 153 के प्रस्तुत में सुझाव के समर्थन करते हुए कहना चाहता हूं कि राज्यपाल को किसी एक राज्यपाल की ही जिम्मेदारी दी जानी चाहिए और किसी कारणवश पद रिक्त होने पर राज्यपाल के कार्यों का निष्पादन राष्ट्रपति के द्वारा किया जाना चाहिए। मैं विधेयक के प्रस्तावित वर्तमान अनुच्छेद 155 की जगह संशोधित अनुच्छेद 155 जो राज्यपाल के निर्वाचन से संबंधित है उसकी प्रतिस्थापना का समर्थन करते हुए मानता हूं कि जिस प्रकार भारतीय संसद राष्ट्रपति, लोकसभा और राज्यसभा से बनता है उसी प्रकार राज्यों के विधानमंडल राज्यपाल, विधानसभा और विधान परिषद से बनते हैं। अतः जिस प्रकार राष्ट्रपति का चुनाव अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से निर्वाचित सांसदों और विधायकों द्वारा किया जाता है उसी प्रकार राज्यपाल का चुनाव अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से राज्य में निर्वाचित विधानसभा सदस्यों, ग्राम पंचायतों, नगर पालिका और नगर निगमों के निर्वाचित सदस्यों द्वारा किया जाना चाहिए। राज्यपाल उपराज्यपाल की सेवा अवधि राष्ट्रपति के मर्जी पर निर्भर है। राष्ट्रपति अपनी इच्छा अनुसार राज्यपाल का स्थानांतरण किसी अन्य राज्य में कर सकते हैं या पद मुक्त कर सकते हैं। राज्यपाल की सेवा की कोई संवैधानिक सुरक्षा नहीं है, इसलिए राज्यपाल केंद्र सरकार के हाथों की कठपुतली बनकर रह जाता है और स्वयं विवेक से कार्य नहीं कर पाता। अगर राष्ट्रपति की तरह राज्यपाल का निर्वाचन होगा
माननीय सदस्य कंक्लूड करें,
महाभियोग लगाकर उसको हटाने कठिन प्रक्रिया होगी तो राज्यपाल स्वतंत्र होकर बिना किसी दबाव में अपने दायित्व का निर्वहन कर पाएंगे।
कंक्लूड करें माननीय, कंक्लूड करें।
एक मिनट। इस फैसले में न्यायालय ने कहा था कि किसी भी राज्य सरकार के बहुमत का फैसला राजभवन की जगह विधानमंडल होना चाहिए। राष्ट्रपति शासन लगाने से पहले राज्य सरकार को शक्ति परीक्षण का मौका देना चाहिए।
माननीय महातो जी कंक्लूड करिए।
महोदय, संविधान निर्माण के समय मसौदा समिति ने राज्यपालों की नियुक्ति या चुनाव का मामला संविधान के सभा का निर्णय के लिए छोड़ दिया था। आज़ादी के 75 वर्ष के बाद अमृत काल में देश मजबूत से आगे बढ़ा है और भारत की एकता, अखंडता, संप्रभुता को कोई खतरा नहीं है। इसलिए लोकतंत्र के संघीय ढांचे को और मजबूत बनाने के लिए राज्यपाल के शक्तियों का केंद्र सरकार द्वारा दुरुपयोग रोकने के लिए मैं राज्यपालों के निर्वाचन का सुझाव देने वाले विधेयक का समर्थन करता हूं।
धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद।
Honorable Lieutenant General Dr. D.P. Vats, retired. 6 मिनट।
माननीय सभापति जी, मैंने डिबेट सुने, बट आई विल सी इट थ्रू द आई ऑफ नेशन फर्स्ट। डेमोक्रेसी में चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस से संविधान चलाया जाता है। पार्लियामेंट, एग्जीक्यूटिव, जुडिशरी एंड मीडिया, इसके स्तंभ में, इनमें सामंजस्य और बैलेंस बनाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि गवर्नर साहब का रोल कहाँ अहम होता है। जैसे मैंने कहा, नेशन फर्स्ट। वैसे तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में डिटेल से डिस्कस हुआ था कि गवर्नर को इलेक्ट करा जाए या गवर्नर को सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंट करे। एंड मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि उस ड्राफ्ट में द डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन ऑफ गवर्नर इज इनकम्पैटिबल विद द पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम एस्टेब्लिश्ड इन द स्टेट्स। The mode of direct election is more likely to create conflicts between the governor and the chief minister. ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली का ड्राफ्ट है और जो संविधान सभा ने पास किया और बाबा साहब अंबेडकर का बनाया हुआ संविधान, हमने आर्टिकल 370 भी चेंज किया, उसको स्क्रैप किया, तो अंबेडकर जी ने लिखा था कि ये एक टेम्परेरी मेजर है। तो वी हैव ऑल रिस्पेक्ट फॉर बाबा साहब। The governor being only a constitutional nominal head, there is no point in making elaborate arrangements for his election and spending huge amount of money. The election of a governor would be entirely on personal issues, hence it is not in the national interest to involve a large number of voters in such an election. An elected governor would naturally belong to a party and would not be impartial. The election of governor would create separatist tendencies and thus affect the political stability and unity of the country. The system of presidential nomination enables the center to maintain its control over the states. The direct election of governor creates a serious problem of leadership at the time of general elections in the state. The chief minister would like his nominee to contest. मैं वापस आऊँगा नेशन फर्स्ट पे। मैं खुद कश्मीर में सर्व किया 5 साल तक, और ऐसे हालात पैदा हो गए कि गवर्नर राज या प्रेसिडेंट राज लगाने के सिवाय कोई चारा नहीं था। और ये कांग्रेस शासन की बात है। प्रेसिडेंशियल गवर्नमेंट यानी जनरल के.वी. कृष्णा राव 6 साल तक लगातार रहे, और उसके लगने के बाद भी जो मार धाड़, असेंबली में बम ब्लास्ट हुए और कितनी वायलेंस हुई, तो मैं ये कहूँगा नेशन फर्स्ट के मद्देनज़र प्रेसिडेंशियल रूल नहीं, कई दफ़ा आर्म्ड फोर्सेस स्पेशल पावर्स एक्ट भी लगाना पड़ता है। जैसे लगा था ईस्टर्न सेक्टर में, हमारी सरकार ने उसको विड्रा कर लिया जैसे डेमोक्रेसी मैच्योर होने लगी। एक शिवदासन साहब ने कहा था, इसी तरह मैं पंजाब का जिक्र करूंगा। आप सब ने देखा है कि नौबत कहाँ तक पहुंची कि एक धार्मिक स्थल पे भी एक्शन लिया लेट इंदिरा गांधी जी की गवर्नमेंट ने, और सबसे बड़ा अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल काम हुआ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डायरेक्ट कर दिया, पार्लियामेंट भी सपोर्ट किया, और 3 प्रधानमंत्रियों ने, यानी राजीव लांगोवाल अकॉर्ड भी हुआ, कितने अकॉर्ड हुए, और बनाई सतलुज यमुना लिंक कैनाल को पाट दिया गया। अगर और अभी भी पानी जाना मंजूर है पाकिस्तान में, जलंधर और लुधियाना इसी साल डूबे, मगर अपने छोटे भाई हरियाणा को पानी नसीब नहीं है। तो सेंटर की लगाम स्टेट के ऊपर होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। ऐसा ही जैसा कि कहा कि डिबेट इज गवर्नर शुड बी elected or he should be appointed. I am totally for appointment of government because administration का रूल है कि डेमोक्रेसी में फेडरलिज्म भी है, डिसेंट भी है और सेंटर की हुकूमत भी है, मगर कमांड एंड कंट्रोल में
माननीय सदस्य कंक्लूड करें।
हाँ बिल्कुल करूँगा। कमांड एंड कंट्रोल का रूल है कि यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड होनी चाहिए, मल्टीप्लिसिटी ऑफ कमांड तो विद इन लिमिट्स हो सकती है, अदरवाइज ये फेडरेशन टूट जाएगी। और मैंने कुछ एग्जांपल्स दिए। हमारा मुल्क मैच्योर तो है, शिवदासन जी ने कहा, वैसे कार्ल मार्क्स तो डेमोक्रेसी के ही खिलाफ थे, जिस पार्टी से आप बिलोंग करते हैं। वो तो धर्म को भी ओपियम ऑफ द पीपल बोलते थे। और हमारा मुल्क 750 650 स्टेटों के कॉन्ग्लोमरेट से सरदार पटेल जी ने इकट्ठा किया था। भिन्न भिन्न भाषाएं हैं, उसमें यूनिफाइंग फैक्टर्स हैं। यूनिफाइंग फैक्टर खेल।
कंक्लूड करें, 6 मिनट हो चुके।
हमारा संस्कृति, हमारा सिनेमा और हिंदुस्तानी फौज। तो मैं कहूँगा, टाइम की पाबंदी का मैं पालन करूँगा कि गवर्नर शुड बी ए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव of the central government. He should achieve the checks and balances, and it is a must for keeping the country united. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable
ने कहा कि केंद्र की लगाम राज्यों पर होनी चाहिए। ये लगाम शब्द केंद्र की लगाम नहीं होना चाहिए।
Honorable Shri M. Shanmugam, you have 2 minutes. Unfortunately, you have 3 speakers, so I'm able to give you only 2 minutes. Please
Thank
start.
you very much, sir. Sir, on behalf of my DMK party, I would like to thank friend Dr. Sivadasan for bringing this important constitution amendment bill for discussion. As per the constitution, role of the governor is only ceremonial, and he is a titular and head of the state because he is simply nominated by the president, in other words, by ruling party of the center. He is supposed to be a bridge between the state and union. Our party DMK earlier leader, the former leader Dr. Kalaignar, and the present leader, the Chief Minister Thalapathy Stalin, is always insisting governor should be appointed after consulting the state government in India. In India also, the founding father of the constitution have observed that the convention will be developed whereby the governor will be appointed after the consulting the state. The role of the governor is very limited and is bound by the advice of the cabinet, which has been reiterated by the judicial decisions umpteen times. The governor of Tamil Nadu is overstepping his authority and is publicity criticizing the state government and cabinet decision. Sir, the Chief Minister has mandate of the people and is elected Chief Executive of the state. When our state government took the matter, is not giving the assent to the bill, the sitting over the bills by the governor. The Supreme Court expressed a serious concern over the delay by the governor on giving assent to the bills passed by the state assemblies. When he returned these bills by the state assemblies, after the observation of the Supreme Court in a special session, all these bills were passed by Tamil Nadu State Assembly. During the special session, our Chief Minister accused the governor and insulting the Assembly and the people of the state by returning the bills, adding to the governor of Tamil Nadu returned the bills without stating any reason. Once the bill resent to the governor, it is like money bill.
Honorable
and
member,
has
please
no
conclude.
option but give his assent, but he acted with an ulterior motive by sending all these bills to the president. It is very unfortunate that the governor is preventing elected state government from implementing the various schemes and programs through the legislative
Honorable
proposals. This issue, governor, ex officio chancellor of state universities, is also be reviewed. In this connection, Our state
Honourable
assembly
member,
has
I'll have
passed
to
a
move
bill
on.
to
I'm
make
sorry.
a chief minister
I'll
as
have
the
to move on.
chancellor, but the governor has not given assent to the bill because of that functioning of the university is affected.
Last sentence,
and
please.
the students,
We'll have to conclude.
students are not able
We'll have to conclude.
get a degree certificate as convocation program is not being
Thank you, Honourable
finalized.
member. I'm moving
Many
on. I'm moving
demonstrations and
on.
signature
I'm moving on.
campaign were
Honourable
held on
member.
state and Tamil Nadu.
Honourable member, I'm moving
Recall
on.
the
Thank you.
governor, but the union
Shri
government
Ajay
is not
Pratap
taking
Singh.
any act.
Honourable Shri Ajay Pratap Singh. I'm sorry. Nothing else is going on record, Honourable member. Thank you. I'm sorry. Time has run out. Honourable Shri Ajay Pratap Singh, 6 minutes.
धन्यवाद उप सभापति महोदय। माननीय शिवदासन जी द्वारा जो संशोधन विधेयक यहाँ पर प्रस्तुत हुआ है, उस विधेयक के विपक्ष में बोलने के लिए मैं खड़ा हुआ हूँ। विपक्ष में इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर उनके द्वारा सुझाए गए संशोधनों को ये सदन स्वीकार कर लेता है तो केंद्र राज्य के संबंधों पर असर तो पड़ेगा ही, साथ ही साथ इन संशोधनों के कारण हमारा देश कमज़ोर होगा। जब हम मजबूत भारत की अवधारणा पर विचार करते हैं, मजबूत देश की अवधारणा पर विचार करते हैं, तो मेरे विचार से मजबूत देश तभी हो सकता है जब हमारा केंद्र मजबूत हो। अगर केंद्र कमज़ोर हो जाएगा तो हमारा देश खंड खंड हो जाएगा। अक्सर हमारे विपक्षी साथी यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी की बात करते हैं, सुनने में अच्छा लगता है, विविधता में एकता, लेकिन जिस सीमा तक वो विविधता की कल्पना करते हैं वो देश की एकता के लिए खतरा होता है। मेरे जैसे लोग जिनके लिए राष्ट्र प्रथम है, वो विविधता में एकता नहीं एकात्मता ढूंढते हैं। हमारे देश के अंदर अनेक ऐसे तत्व हैं जिसके कारण हमारा देश एक है, एक सांस्कृतिक बोध है, एक सांस्कृतिक मूल्य है, और इसीलिए हम लोग वन नेशन वन पीपल की अवधारणा पर विश्वास करते हैं। हम जिस संविधान को हम लोगों ने अंगीकार किया है, स्वीकार किया है, जिसके आधार पर चाहे राज्य सरकार हो चाहे केंद्र सरकार हो संचालित होती है, उस संविधान की हमने शुरुआत ही किया है कि वी द पीपुल ऑफ इंडिया, हम भारत के लोग। उसमें यह नहीं लिखा गया कि हम मध्य प्रदेश के लोग, हम केरल के लोग, हम उत्तर प्रदेश के लोग। उसमें कहा गया है कि हम भारत के लोग, और हम भारत के लोगों ने जिस संविधान को अंगीकार किया है, स्वीकार किया है, उसके आधार पर भारत की समस्त संस्थाओं का संचालन होना चाहिए, चाहे राज्य सरकार हो, चाहे कोई म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन हो, चाहे कोई ग्राम पंचायत हो। वो संविधान के अनुसार संचालित हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है, यह देखने की जिम्मेदारी हमारी जो केंद्रीय संस्था है, केंद्रीय इकाई है, उसकी होती है। और अगर कहीं संविधान को उल्लंघन हो रहा है, संविधान का परिपालन नहीं हो रहा है, तो उसको नियंत्रित करने की भी जिम्मेवारी केंद्र सरकार की है। और नियंत्रित करने के लिए सूचना, जानकारी, समय समय पर मार्गदर्शन, इसका काम हमारे गवर्नर केंद्र सरकार के आदेश निर्देश पर करते हैं। मैं दो उदाहरण देता हूं कि गवर्नर की भूमिका कितनी महत्वपूर्ण है। हमारे जनरल साहब ने अभी जम्मू कश्मीर को उदाहरण दिया है। आप सभी को स्मरण होगा गवर्नर जगमोहन जी का। अगर जगमोहन जी गवर्नर के रूप में अपनी भूमिका का न्याय जम्मू कश्मीर में नहीं करते तो शायद आज जम्मू कश्मीर भारत से अलग हो चुका होता। पंजाब के उग्रवाद का जिक्र किया है जनरल साहब ने। पंजाब के हालात बेकाबू हो गए थे, गवर्नर रूल के कारण ही वहाँ के हालात को नियंत्रित कर पाए। और आज अगर आतंकवाद वहाँ पर दबा है, समाप्त हुआ है, तो इसी संस्था के कारण हुआ है। मैं शिवदासन जी की पीड़ा समझ सकता हूँ। सारे गवर्नर ऐसे नहीं हैं, कुछ गवर्नर ऐसे भी रहे हैं जिनके आचरण पर प्रश्न चिन्ह लगा हुआ है। केरल प्रांत की जो पहली चुनी हुई सरकार, नमूदिरीपाद सरकार, उसको उनके पड़ोसियों ने भंग किया, पंडित नेहरू ने भंग किया। और धारा 356 के उपयोग की अगर हम बात करें तो सर्वाधिक उसका दुरुपयोग जो किया है वो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया है। पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री स्वर्गीय श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी ने किया। 51 बार धारा 356 को उन्होंने प्रयोग किया है। उसमें बहुत सारे अप्रिय प्रयोग हैं और जिसके कारण गवर्नर के प्रति एक वितृष्णा सी राजनीतिज्ञों में पैदा हुई है। लेकिन अब जब हम भारत के बारे में एक समग्र रूप से विचार करते हैं तो गवर्नर की भूमिका महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं ये भी आप सबको स्मरण दिलाना चाहता हूं कि जो गवर्नर की भूमिका है, गवर्नर का पद है, मैं 2 मिनट लूंगा, ये कोई नई बात नहीं है। जब आप किसी बड़े भूभाग को नियंत्रित करना चाहते हैं, एक बड़ी पॉपुलेशन को एड्रेस करना चाहते हैं, तो ये आज की प्रणाली नहीं है, प्राचीन काल से चली आ रही है, रामायण काल से चली आ रही है। अगर मैं कहूँ तो कोई अतिशयोक्ति नहीं है। रामायण में पात्र आता है खर दूषण मारी स्वभाव। ये कौन थे? ये रावण के गवर्नर ही थे जो समय समय पर जानकारी दिया करते थे। मौर्य साम्राज्य के कार्यकाल में भी अगर महाजनपद के रूप में जब ये हमारा भूभाग विभाजित था तो महाजनपदों में भी गवर्नर प्रणाली ही थी। हमारे यहाँ पर जब सिकंदर आए, सिकंदर यहाँ पर सेल्यूकस के रूप में अपना गवर्नर ही छोड़ के गए। हमारे यहाँ मोहम्मद गौरी ने आक्रमण किया, उसने कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक को अपना गवर्नर, अपना राज्य बना के सौंपा। वहीं से गुलाम वंश शुरू हुआ। चाहे गुलाम वंश हो, चाहे खिलजी हो, चाहे तुगलक हो, चाहे मुगल हो, चाहे अंग्रेज हो, सभी ने इस प्रणाली का अनुसरण किया है। और अगर एक भूभाग, बड़े भूभाग पर अपना नियंत्रण रखना है, एक बड़े भूभाग को अपने की एकता को स्थापित करके रखना है, एक बड़ी पॉपुलेशन को एड्रेस करना है, तो हमको इस प्रणाली का अवलंबन करना ही पड़ेगा। और इसलिए माननीय शिवदासन जी ने जो संशोधन प्रस्तुत किया है, मैं उस संशोधन से असहमत हूं। मैं इस बिल का, संशोधन विधेयक का विरोध करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Honorable Shri P. Wilson, as you're aware, you've got about 2 minutes.
Chairman, sir, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Sir, when the Constitution came into force, the Constituent Assembly makers, they thought that the governor will be a guide, friend, and a philosopher. He would actually facilitate between the state and the union. That was the impression the Constituent Assembly people thought, that these functions can be entrusted with the governor. Therefore, the governor was given the functions of executive powers, that is, to carry out the business in his name, and legislative powers, that is, to give assent to the bills, and judicial powers, that is, to grant remissions. But, sir, though the governor is given these powers, the actual head, the de facto head of the government is the chief minister. The governor, who is the unelected head, is only a figurehead and is a de jure head. But today what is happening? He has to act in accordance with the Constitution. He has to act under the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. If you see how the governors are functioning throughout India, including that of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, then even I would say Karnataka and West Bengal, they are completely ignoring the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. They think that they are a super constitutional authority. They sit over the bills, they don't give assent to the bills, they sit over the files, they don't even act on the files or under the recommendations given by the Council of Ministers. Sir, time has come where we have to think whether these posts of the governor is required for a welfare state.
Honourable Member, please conclude.
Therefore, sir, I would only say that the powers of the governors can be given to the speakers. What is the powers which I now told before this House? These are all the powers that can be given to the Speaker of the House. And the Speaker of the House can exercise the powers of the governor. Because the governor has become a liability to any democratically elected government.
Thank you, Honourable
They
Member.
don't act in accordance with the Constitution. They are in confrontation with the elected government. So time has come, sir, where the House has to debate about the powers of the governor. Sarkaria Commission has come down heavily.
Thank you.
Punchi Commission has come down heavily. The Supreme
Thank
Court
you.
has come down heavily, like Article 365, where
Honourable
Supreme
Member.
Court gave a check and curtailed the powers of the governor.
Thank
the
you.
House has to discuss and see that the post of the governors has to be abolished. Thank you very much, Chairman, sir.
Honourable Shri Biplab Kumar Deb. 6 minutes.
ऑनरेबल वाइस चेयरमैन साहब, हमारे डॉक्टर वी शिवदेशान जी ने जो अमेंडमेंट भी लाया है, मैं उसका विरोध इसलिए करता हूं क्योंकि ये फेडरल सिस्टम के खिलाफ उठाने वाला कदम है। सबसे ज़्यादा फेडरल सिस्टम की बात इस तरफ से आजकल आते हैं। मैं सभी आपके जो स्टेट में मुख्यमंत्री है, मैं फेडरल सिस्टम को शक्तिशाली बनाइए, तो फेडरल सिस्टम को शक्तिशाली बनाने के लिए जो चेन है वो गवर्नर है केंद्र सरकार के साथ। राज्यों को अकेला सरकार चलाने के लिए नहीं दिया जा सकता है क्योंकि राज्य के पास डिफेंस नहीं होता, राज्य के पास एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स नहीं होता। ऐसे बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट है जो कि केंद्र सरकार के पास है। इसलिए राज्य सरकार को और केंद्र सरकार के बीच एक चेन होना चाहिए। उस चेन का जो मूल व्यक्ति है वो गवर्नर होता है। गवर्नर के ऊपर कितना खर्चा होता है, कितना नहीं होता, वो मैं उस पर नहीं जाऊंगा। साथ ही साथ मैं मेरे मित्र को बताना चाहता हूँ, मैं जब त्रिपुरा में मुख्यमंत्री बना 2018 में, 25 साल वहाँ कम्युनिस्ट के आप लोगों का सरकार थी और मुझे मौका मिला वहाँ काम करने की। और मुझे उस समय सुनाई देता था पूरे देश भर में कम्युनिस्ट के मित्रों ने जो त्रिपुरा में गोल्डन इरा चल रहा है। मुख्यमंत्री बनने के बाद मुझे लगता है गोल्डन इरा चल रहा है, बहुत कुछ मिलेगा। फाइनेंस में पूछा तो 13,000 करोड़ की हमारे घाटती थी जो इंटरेस्ट देना पड़ता था। इधर तो पूरे देश में प्रचार हुआ था, गोल्डन इरा चल रहा था, पूरी दुनिया में उस चीफ मिनिस्टर का प्रचार किया जा रहा था जो 20 साल के मुख्यमंत्री लगातार रहे, हिस्ट्री कर रहा था। तो मुझे बहुत उत्साह था कुछ तो मिलेगा। और उसके बाद जब मैं सेक्रेटरीट में जाके चीफ मिनिस्टर के रूम में जाके देखा, जो वहाँ भारत के नेशनल फ्लैग नहीं है, एक भी मिनिस्टर के रूम में नेशनल फ्लैग नहीं थे, अशोक चक्र नहीं थे, क्योंकि भारत के संविधान को कम्युनिस्ट के स्वभाव में नहीं मानना इनका आदत है। वो मार्क्सवाद को मानते हैं। भारत के संविधान को जब जरूरत पड़ता है तब मानता है। इसलिए भारत के संविधान को जब भी मौका मिले उसको अटैक करना, उसको कमजोर करना, ये कम्युनिस्ट का स्वभाव है। मैं कहता हूं मेरे मित्रों, स्वभाव इसको धीरे धीरे बंद कर दो। और साथ ही साथ भारत के जो स्वभाव उसमें आ जाना चाहिए। और इस देश के संविधान के ऊपर हम सवाल उठा लेते हैं, इस देश के सिस्टम के ऊपर सवाल उठा लेते हैं।
Please. No, it's not going on record. It's not going on. Address the chair. It's not going on record.
नेशनल फ्लैग जरूर लाया, मैं इसलिए गर्वीभूत करता हूं। त्रिपुरा के लोग बहुत वर्षों से चाह रहा था जो वहां नेशनल फ्लैग रूम में रहे, किंतु कम्युनिस्ट के कारण से वो नहीं पहुंच पा रहा था। मैं तो आगे जाके ये बोलूंगा, कम्युनिस्ट के एक समय तो पार्टी ऑफिस में 15 अगस्त 26 जनवरी में तो नेशनल फ्लैग नहीं उठाते थे। इतिहास है भाई। बाद में मजबूर हुआ तो नेशनल फ्लैग उठाने लगे हैं, वो सच्चाई है।
Please address the chair, honourable member.
इसलिए
Address the chair.
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैंने कांग्रेस के हनुमान मंत्या जी को देखा, गवर्नर के बारे में बोले जा रहे थे, सिस्टम के बारे में बोल रहे थे। भाई, भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनडीए के सरकार आने के बाद हम लोगों ने असंवैधानिक रूप से किसी सरकार के साथ व्यवहार नहीं किया है। मैं इसलिए अपने सरकार का पीठ थपथपाता हूं। जो भी ऐसा किया गया है दुरुपयोग, वो कांग्रेस के जमाने किया गया। कांग्रेस
No, this cannot go on. No.
कांग्रेस को यूपीए कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ने सपोर्ट दे के रखा हुआ था। इसीलिए डीएमके के मित्रों को बोलता हूं, आपके सरकार के सबसे गिराया ज्यादा ये इन्होंने जो सपोर्ट उस सरकार ने गिराया। इसलिए इस बात को देखिए, हमारे सरकार आने के बाद हमने किसी सरकार को असंवैधानिक तरीके से नहीं गिराया और हमने गवर्नर को जिस तरीके से काम करना है, माननीय हमारे महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के मार्गदर्शन में काम किया जाता है, पीएम के मार्गदर्शन में काम नहीं किया जाता है। ये कांग्रेस के समय होता था जो प्रधानमंत्री के मार्गदर्शन में काम किया जाता था, हमारे समय नहीं होता है। इसलिए संविधान को मानते हुए हम काम करते हैं। और जौहर सरकार जी अभी नहीं है, बोल रहा था तमिलनाडु के गवर्नर के ऊपर हाईकोर्ट ने टिप्पणी की, हाईकोर्ट ने आलोचना की, इसीलिए गवर्नर हटा देना चाहिए। तब तो इस देश में सबसे ज्यादा हाईकोर्ट ने इंटरवेंस किया है तो पश्चिम बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री के ऊपर किया है, उनके काम काज के ऊपर किया है। सबसे पहले तो इनको उठा देना चाहिए, इनको रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए।
माननीय सदस्य,
तो
1 मिनट, लास्ट 1 मिनट।
कोर्ट में कोई विषय उठे और कोर्ट इसका आलोचना समालोचना करे, इसलिए संवैधानिक सिस्टम में बैठे हुए व्यक्ति चले जाए और चले आए, ऐसा इस देश में नहीं हुआ है और आगे भी नहीं होगा। तो मैं मानता हूं जो इस सदन में जिस तरीके से इस बिल को अलग अलग व्यक्ति ने अपने विषय रखा है, किंतु मेरा मानना है गवर्नर बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि गवर्नर के बिना केंद्र सरकार के साथ हमारा संपर्क जो है उसको चेन टूट जाएगी। और भारत इतना बड़ा देश है, उसको इस सिस्टम में रख के ही चलाया जाता है। इसलिए संविधान के माध्यम से जो बाबा साहब ने सिस्टम लाया है उसको समय समय हमने बहुत सारे अमेंडमेंट किया है जो ज़रूरत पड़ता है, किंतु इसका कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। इसलिए मैं इसका घोर विरोध करता हूं और मैं भारत के संविधान के प्रति निष्ठा रखता हूं। और मैं आपको भी बोलता हूं, मार्क्सवाद छोड़ के भारत के संविधान पे निष्ठा पे आ जाइए। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. May I now request Honorable Shri Naresh Agrawal ji to start? Sorry, no, Mani Naresh Bansal ji, I'm sorry.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति जी। गवर्नर का चुनाव हो,
हाँ जी, एक्चुअली सॉरी, 5:15 बजे हमें रुकना था। नहीं,
अभी रोका है, हम अभी रोका है।
1 सेकेंड। माननीय नरेश जी, अगली बार जब नेक्स्ट आपका प्राइवेट मेंबर्स बिल आएगा तब आप शुरू करेंगे अपना स्पीच। 5:15 बज चुके हैं। माननीय चेयरमैन साहब का आदेश था कि अभी स्पेशल मेंशंस लिए जाएंगे, तो अगले सेशन पे जब अगले दिन पे जब शुरू होगा तब आप करिए।
कांग्रेस को गाली
अभी परमानेंट लिस्ट ऑफ स्पेशल मेंशन मिस इंदु बाला गोस्वामी जी, ऑनरेबल गोस्वामी जी। डिमांड फॉर स्टॉपेज ऑफ वंदे भारत ट्रेन एट पठानकोट रेलवे स्टेशन। Not present. Special mention, please. Microphone. Yes, please. Please start.
My subject is demand for stoppage of 22439 22440 Vande Bharat train at Pathankot railway station. माननीय रेल मंत्री जी के समक्ष वंदे भारत ट्रेन संख्या 22/439/22/440 पठानकोट कैंट रेलवे स्टेशन पर ठहराव के संबंध में निवेदन करना चाहती हूँ। वंदे भारत दिल्ली से कटरा आते और जाते पठानकोट से गुजरती है, किंतु इस स्टेशन पर ठहराव नहीं है। यह बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रूट है जिसमें पठानकोट कैंट रेलवे स्टेशन पंजाब, हिमाचल प्रदेश के जिला चंबा व कांगड़ा के लोगों के लिए एकमात्र ब्रॉड गेज रेलवे लाइन है। साल भर भारी संख्या में लोग मां वैष्णो देवी की यात्रा के लिए जम्मू जाते हैं। इसके पश्चात अधिकतर लोग प्राकृतिक सौंदर्य से भरपूर देवभूमि हिमाचल प्रदेश में धार्मिक पर्यटन हेतु माँ ज्वालामुखी, माँ बगलामुखी, नैना देवी, चिंतपूर्णी, चामुंडा देवी, माँ ब्रजेश्वरी व शिव मंदिर बैजनाथ आते हैं। वंदे भारत ट्रेन के पठानकोट कैंट स्टेशन पर ठहराव न होने की वजह से हिमाचल प्रदेश के उपरोक्त धार्मिक स्थल पर्यटकों से वंचित रह जाते हैं। पठानकोट स्टेशन पर वंदे भारत के ठहराव से आम जन को कटरा जाने में बहुत आसानी होगी तथा धार्मिक पर्यटन को भी निश्चित रूप से बढ़ावा मिलेगा। वंदे भारत ट्रेन देश की पहली ऐसी रेल सेवा है जिसमें प्रीमियर सफ़र का सबसे अधिक ख्याल रखा गया है। इसलिए उपरोक्त रूट पर पठानकोट कैंट स्टेशन पर वंदे भारत ट्रेन का ठहराव लोकहित में अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण कदम होगा। मैं सरकार से मांग करती हूं कि आप संबंधित अधिकारियों को, माननीय रेल मंत्री जी से निवेदन करती हूं कि आप संबंधित अधिकारियों को निर्देशित कर वंदे भारत ट्रेन का ठहराव कम से कम 2 मिनट के लिए पठानकोट कैंट स्टेशन पर करवाने की कृपा करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri M. Mohammed Abdullah ji, request to allow the hyper or hypopigmented vitiligo persons to join Indian Army.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. Attention is brought in the interest of the people who have the autoimmune disorder namely called vitiligo. Vitiligo is an acquired depigmentation disorder of great concern affecting 1 to 4% of the world population. Sir, a person with vitiligo develops patches of skin with little or no pigmentation across their body, and it is not a lethal or infectious disease. According to the medical standard of the Indian Defence Service, a candidate is deemed medically fit when he has no hyper or hypopigmentation or any other disease of the skin. Hence, the people with vitiligo found it difficult to join the Indian Defence Service. Hence, many of them feel distressed and stigmatized by their condition. Vitiligo candidates will be of normal anatomy without loss of any appendages. They will be free from all communicable diseases and skin ailment. Even though people who have vitiligo disorder are expected to be at risk and adverse weather condition and at high altitude, the risk is meager and even not for those with mild vitiligo. Such physically and mentally fit aspirant having all the potential to perform their duties toward the nation should not be stopped from being a soldier or officer. Hence, I humbly request the Honorable Minister of Defence to immediately look into this issue with utmost priority and take the necessary step to regulate the medical standard of Indian Defence Service so that they can be placed in civil post and ensure their service to the nation in these regards. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Vijay Pal Singh Tomar, demand for starting domestic flights from Meerut to various cities by expanding airstrip under the Udan scheme.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति महोदय। केंद्र सरकार ने उड़ान योजना द्वारा देश के विभिन्न शहरों को हवाई सेवा से जोड़ा है। मेरठ पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश का एक मुख्य शहर है जिसका अपना एक ऐतिहासिक महत्व है, क्योंकि यहाँ से 1857 में आज़ादी की क्रांति का पहला बिगुल फूंका गया था, जिसकी याद में शहीद स्मारक पर एक म्यूजियम बना है। बागा ओगरनाथ का मंदिर भी पर्यटन केंद्र है और महाभारत कालीन राजधानी हस्तिनापुर मेरठ जिले में स्थित है। पांडवों के समय से वारणाव्रत, विदुरकुटी, शुक्रताल, परीक्षतगढ़ पर्यटन के केंद्र बने हुए हैं। मेरठ खेल के समान का देश का दूसरा नंबर का हब है। विश्व भर में क्रिकेट के लिए मेरठ से निर्मित बैट बल्ले का प्रयोग किया जाता है। विश्व के अधिकांश खिलाड़ी क्रिकेट सामान खरीदने यहाँ आते हैं। गत वर्ष एशिया स्तर के ध्यानचंद स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी का शिलान्यास माननीय प्रधानमंत्री द्वारा मेरठ जिले में यहीं किया गया है। मेरठ से उत्तर प्रदेश की राजधानी लखनऊ करीब 550 किलोमीटर, हाई कोर्ट प्रयागराज करीब 750 किलोमीटर, वाराणसी का विश्वनाथ मंदिर करीब 850 किलोमीटर, गोरखनाथ धाम मंदिर करीब 800 किलोमीटर, इन सभी स्थानों पर जाने में रेल से 12 से 20 घंटे का समय लगता है, जिससे यात्रियों को काफ़ी समस्या आती है। मानव और वर्तमान एक हवाई पट्टी मेरठ में स्थित है, जहां पर चार्टर प्लेन और हेलीकॉप्टर वगैरह उतरते हैं। आपके माध्यम से मैं सरकार से आग्रह करना चाहूँगा कि उड़ान योजना के अंतर्गत मेरठ की हवाई पट्टी का विस्तारीकरण कर देश के विभिन्न शहरों को मेरठ से घरेलू हवाई यात्रा शुरू की जाए। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri Abdul Wahab, not present. Dr. Kanivudi NVN Somu, demand to develop cruise tourism in Chennai.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Cruise tourism is emerging as one of the rapid growing segments of the leisure industry globally. The Indian tourism sector is providing major contribution to the gross domestic product GDP and foreign exchange earnings EFF, as well as for providing employment. Chennai port is one of the oldest ports in the country in the southern part of India from the time of East India Company. During the British period, passenger services were operating regularly from Chennai to Malaysia, Burma, and Andaman. India's first international cruise was flagged off from Chennai to Sri Lanka in June 2023. The MV Empress, with 750 passengers on a 5-day sea cruise, will cross 3 ports. Cruise tourism holds huge opportunity for our maritime sector, and this cruise will further boost tourism, generate employment, and strengthen the economy. The cruise was launched from Chennai's International Cruise Terminal, built at a cost of Rs 17.21 crore. The main aim of the government is to develop Chennai as a cruise tourism hub. This initiative has the potential to greatly contribute to the economic development and tourism growth in India. By 2024, the government plans to build 3 new international cruise ports with additional ferry routes through India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Myanmar. At the moment, there are only few ferries piled by private companies, and the cost is on a higher side. Therefore, I urge the government of India to apply government-sponsored ferries at an affordable cost so that more and more tourists will experience cruise tourism in India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Sadanand Sheikh Tanwade.
Chairman, sir, my special mention is concern over revocation of Indian passport in Goa. I beg to call the attention of the Minister of External Affairs to an important issue that has emerged in Goa, affecting a considerable number of individuals. The Regional Passport Office has recently revoked the passport of over 70 people due to the renewal of their Indian passport subsequent to registering their birth in Portugal. The basis of this revocation of Regional Passport Office in Goa is the birth registration in Portugal, considered as the effective date of acquiring citizenship. I urge the Minister of External Affairs to reconsider the decision of revoking Indian passports solely based on the birth registration in Portugal. I propose that the Ministry allows the renewal of Indian passports for these individuals until they acquire the official citizenship document from the Portuguese government. This measure is vital to facilitate their travel and ensure their well-being during the transition period until their Portuguese passports are ready. Furthermore, I implore the Ministry to expedite the process, enabling individuals to promptly obtain OCI cards upon acquiring Portuguese citizenship. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Irana Kadari. Not present. Srimati Sulota Deo. Not present. Srimati Mahua Maji. Demand to declare Central Institute of Psychiatry, Ranchi, Jharkhand as Institute of National Importance on the line of Nimhans, Bengaluru.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. My subject is demand to declare Central Institute of Psychiatry, Ranchi, Jharkhand as Institute of National Importance on the line of Nimhas, Bengaluru. महोदय, मानसिक चिकित्सा से जुड़े इस विश्व प्रसिद्ध अनूठे संस्थान की स्थापना 1918 में हुई थी। अब जब भारत में मानसिक समस्या तेजी से फैल रही है, तो पूर्वी भारत के झारखंड, रांची के कांके में स्थित इस संस्थान की प्रासंगिकता और बढ़ जाती है। मानसिक समस्या के कारण 2012 से 2030 के बीच 1.03 ट्रिलियन अमेरिकी डॉलर की आर्थिक क्षति का अनुमान है। लांसेट की 2021 की रिपोर्ट के अनुसार हर 7वां भारतीय किसी न किसी प्रकार के मनोविकार का शिकार है। आज आर्थिक सामाजिक तनाव, बेहतर जीवन प्रत्याशा और अवसाद के कारण माइग्रेशन, एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर, बाइपोलर डिसऑर्डर, सिजोफ्रेनिया, अल्जाइमर, डिमेंशिया इत्यादि जैसी मानसिक बीमारियां या मनोविकार हो रहे हैं। बढ़ती जनसंख्या को देखते हुए लोगों को इससे बचाने और इसके समुचित इलाज के लिए अच्छे मनोचिकित्सा संस्थानों का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। महोदय, रांची स्थित यह संस्थान एक ऐसा अग्रणी संस्थान है जो केंद्र सरकार की सहायता से पूर्वी भारत के लोगों के मनोरोगों के इलाज की दृष्टि से वरदान साबित हो सकता है। अतः मैं आपके माध्यम से केंद्र सरकार से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि सेंट्रल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइकेट्री को पूर्वी भारत का निम्हांस घोषित कर इसे राष्ट्रीय महत्व का संस्थान बनाया जाए, इसका पुनरुद्धार किया जाए। यहाँ शिक्षकों, पीजी के सीट, वार्डों की संख्या और अन्य सुविधाएं बढ़ाई जाए ताकि लोगों को सस्ती, सुलभ और विश्व स्तरीय चिकित्सा मिल सके। निम्हांस बेंगलुरु का बोझ भी कम हो, लोगों का राह खर्च, होटल खर्च बचे, समय बचे और ज़रूरतमंदों को सस्ती, सुलभ और विश्व स्तरीय चिकित्सा मिल सके। यह संस्थान भारत को स्वस्थ रखने में मील का पत्थर साबित होगा। कृपया इस पर ध्यान दिया जाए। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri K.R.N. Rajesh Kumar, not present. Srimati Geeta alias Chandraprabha. Demand of GI tag for Desi ghee from Aurya, Uttar Pradesh.
जी धन्यवाद महोदय। उत्तर प्रदेश देश का सबसे बड़ा प्रदेश है और विभिन्न जिलों की अपनी अपनी विशेषताएं हैं। हमारे जनपद औरैया को देसी घी के लिए प्रसिद्ध है। महोदय, वैदिक कालों से आज तक देसी घी का स्वास्थ्य के साथ साथ पूजा अर्चना में भी बड़ी मान्यता रही है। जहां एक तरफ स्वास्थ्य तो वहीं छोटे किसान जो गाय भैंस पालकर अपनी जीविका चलाने के साथ ही देसी घी को तैयार करने से अपनी आय को बढ़ोतरी करते हैं। इसी को देखते हुए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी के द्वारा उत्तर प्रदेश में एक जिला एक उत्पाद नीति में औरैया जनपद के लिए देसी घी का चयन हुआ है। देश विदेश तक जिले में उत्पादित घी को पहुंचाने एवं संबंधित उद्योगों को प्रोत्साहन करने के लिए एक उत्पाद योजना के अंतर्गत जिले के उत्पाद के रूप में देसी घी को चुना गया है। जिले में देसी घी के उत्पादन और व्यापार और मजबूती देने के लिए तथा देश विदेश तक इसकी पहुंच को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए मैं आपके माध्यम से सरकार एवं माननीय मंत्री जी से अनुरोध करती हूं कि औरैया जनपद के देसी घी को जीआई टैग यानी जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन टैग का दर्जा प्राप्त दिया जाए, जिससे कि देश के अन्य जियोग्राफी इंडिकेशन टैग प्राप्त वस्तुओं की तरह औरैया जिले के देसी घी को राष्ट्रीय एवं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पटल पर स्थान प्राप्त हो सके। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Lieutenant General Dr. D.P. Vats, retired. Demand for capacity building in medical services.
Thank you, Sabhapati ji. With the Honorable Prime Minister's call for one world, one family and one future, provision of health services to mankind becomes our duty, being the largest population base in the world, with exportable human resources, including skilled medicals and paramedics. There is a huge demand for such professionals all over the world. Skilled manpower earns and brings massive foreign exchange and simultaneously get employment opportunities. To meet the global and national demand, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has opened 23 AIMS, out of which 21 are functional, and 706 medical colleges with paramedical colleges, which is commendable. To meet such a huge demand, government should liberalize the licensing policies to permit the medical graduates to operate emergencies, including cesarean sections, after a one-year course in surgery, gynae, and anesthesia. Courses as was the practice before 1980. The medical profession should be taken out of Consumer Protection Act, and rural services should have more incentives. I urge the government to look into the matter to meet the huge demand of surgeons by imparting ad hoc practical training. Thank you.
Srimati Sumitra Balvik. Need for promotion of self-help grounds to develop places like Jabalpur, Mandla, Chindwara, Panchmari as tourist centers.
जी उपसभापति महोदय धन्यवाद। आज मैं आपके सामने जो विषय लेकर खड़ी हूँ वह मध्य प्रदेश से जुड़ा है। महोदय, पिछले कुछ वर्षों में मध्य प्रदेश में पर्यटकों की संख्या में बढ़ोतरी हुई है। वैसे तो यह बढ़ोतरी कोविड संक्रमण के बाद पूरे भारत में पर्यटन सेक्टर में हुई है, जिससे भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था पर काफ़ी फायदा हुआ है। मध्य प्रदेश को भारत का दिल माना जाता है। भेड़ाघाट, 64 जोगनी, बांधवगढ़, कान्हा, खजुराहो आदि जैसे कई विश्व प्रसिद्ध दार्शनिक स्थल हैं। इसके साथ ही बहुत से ऐसे प्राकृतिक और ऐतिहासिक महत्व के स्थल हैं जिन्हें पर्यटन की दृष्टि से और भी विकसित किया जा सकता है। महोदय, मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत ने स्व सहायता समूहों को बढ़ावा दिया है और करोड़ों महिलाओं और ग्रामीण युवाओं को रोजगार से जोड़ा है। आपके माध्यम से मेरा भारत सरकार से निवेदन है कि मध्य प्रदेश में पर्यटन को और सुदृढ़ बनाने हेतु ऐसे ही स्व सहायता समूहों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए योजनाएं बनाई जाएं। जबलपुर, मंडला, छिंदवाड़ा, पचमढ़ी आदि स्थानों को पर्यटन के केंद्रों की तरह विकसित किए जाने से एक बहुत बड़ी आबादी को लाभ मिलेगा और अर्थव्यवस्था के बढ़ते आयामों को लाभ मध्य प्रदेश की जनता को मिलेगा। अतिथि देवो भव के मूल तंत्र को मध्य प्रदेश ने अपनाया है और भारत सरकार और मध्य प्रदेश सरकार के प्रयासों से प्रदेश का पर्यटन विभाग नए आयामों को छू सकता है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Dr. L. Hanumantaiah, concern over rising number of cases of road accidents in India.
Thank you, sir. Sir, concern over rising number of cases of road accidents in India. Sir, information regarding road traffic accidents is gathered through two reports, Road Accidents in India, published by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, and Crime in India, released by the National Crime Records Bureau. The data is solely sourced from police departments. Details about crashes are recorded through FIRs filed by involved parties. Witnesses or on-site police officers. In 2022, there were 1,50,998 cases reported for deaths due to negligence relating to the road accidents. This is 10.5% rise from cases reported during 2019 with 1,36,587 cases, which is an alarming and requires immediate intervention. Sir, however, the reporting process itself has limitations. The majority of cases are attributed to human error, overlooking other factors such as vehicle and infrastructure issues. The cause of the crash is documented as the fault of a road user without considering other contributing elements. Furthermore, sir, the reporting mechanism does not account for fatalities occurring in hospitals after 30 days as highlighted in the Road Accidents in India 2019 report published by the Ministry of Road Transport itself. The World Health Organization categorized India's official data on road traffic fatalities as either unsayable or unavailable due to quality issues in their 2019 Global Health Estimates released in December 2020. Sir, I would like to urge the government to adopt revised methodologies for collecting road traffic accident data that align with international standards. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shri Ramchandra Jangra, need to prohibit setting up coal plants in non-coal producing areas.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति जी। महोदय, बढ़ता हुआ वायु प्रदूषण इन दिनों पूरी मानवता, पशु पक्षी सबके लिए गंभीर खतरा एवं चुनौती है। महोदय, वायु प्रदूषण के लिए वैसे तो बहुत से कारण हैं, लेकिन इनमें सबसे बड़ा घटक कोयला आधारित बिजली संयंत्र है। महोदय, एक समय था जब लोड फैक्टर के मध्य में बिजली संयंत्र लगाया जाता था, जैसे बठिंडा और पानीपत लगे, ताकि चारों तरफ बिजली की आपूर्ति हो सके। लेकिन पूरे देश में ग्रिड सिस्टम के विस्तार के बाद इसकी आवश्यकता नहीं थी, क्योंकि कहीं से भी बिजली संयंत्र को ग्रिड से जोड़कर बिजली को उपयुक्त जगह पहुंचाया जा सकता था। महोदय, जिन प्रदेशों में कोयला खदानें हैं वहाँ भूमि भी सस्ती है तथा जंगलों की भी बहुतायत है। इसके अतिरिक्त उन प्रदेशों में वर्षा भी भरपूर होती है। लेकिन इसके बाद भी हरियाणा जैसे कोयला खदानों से सुदूर प्रदेशों में जो एनटीपीसी, सीएलपीसी, झाड़ली झज्जर में और खेदड़ हिसार में दूरदर्शितापूर्ण फैसले लेकर प्लांट लगाए गए, यही प्लांट कोयला खदान वाले क्षेत्रों में आधी कीमत पर लगाए जा सकते थे तथा कोयले की ढुलाई पर जो खर्च आने से बिजली की लागत बढ़ती है, वह भी ग्रिड के माध्यम से चौथाई लागत से भी कम में बिजली लाई जा सकती थी। कोयले से भरी गाड़ियां हजारों किलोमीटर कोयले की धूल छोड़ती हुई जाती हैं तथा डीजल इंजनों से जो प्रदूषण होता है उसका अंदाजा लगाया जा सकता है। महोदय, मेरा आपके माध्यम से सरकार से आग्रह है कि भविष्य में कोयला आधारित बिजली संयंत्रों को गैर कोयला उत्पादन राज्यों में मंजूरी ना दी जाए तथा जो पहले ऐसे संयंत्र लगे हैं उनकी विस्थापना की योजना भी बनाई जाए। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri Biplab Kumar Deb, demand to start instrument landing system at MBBA Airport, Agartala.
महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से केंद्रीय नागरिक उड्डयन मंत्रालय को त्रिपुरा से संबंधित एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय से अवगत कराना चाहता हूँ। MBB हवाई अड्डा अगरतला एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट फ्लाइट रूल्स IFR हवाई अड्डा है, जहाँ विमान के पहुँचने, उतरने और उड़ान भरने के नेविगेशनल इश्यू सहायता और उपकरण लैंडिंग सहायता के माध्यम से निर्देशित किया जाता है। इंस्ट्रूमेंट लैंडिंग सिस्टम का उपयोग एक्यूरेट लैंडिंग में सहायता के रूप में किया जाता है, जो सामान्य और सही मौसम की स्थिति में रनवे पर उतरने के लिए विमान का मार्गदर्शन करता है। MBB हवाई अड्डा अगरतला में पुराने ILS सिस्टम को नई प्रणाली से बदल दिया गया है। नया ILS सिस्टम इंस्टॉलेशन का काम पूरा हो चुका है। एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया के विमानों द्वारा ग्रांड कोलिब्रेशन और एयर कोलिब्रेशन 27 नवंबर 2023 को पूरा कर चुका है। अगले फेज में कोलिब्रेशन रिपोर्ट के आधार पर उपकरण प्रक्रिया प्रोसेस विकसित किए जाएगी और इसे अनुमति के लिए DGCA के भेजा जाएगा। DGCA की मंजूरी के बाद उस सिस्टम को चालू कर दिया जाएगा। महोदय, आजकल कोहरा के कारण बहुत सी फ्लाइट्स MBB एयरपोर्ट पर उतर नहीं सकती और उन्हें दूसरे स्थान पर डाइवर्ट करना पड़ता है। इससे पैसेंजर्स को बहुत परेशानी का सामना करना पड़ता है और उन्हें आर्थिक बोझ भी उठाना पड़ता है। अतः केंद्रीय नागरिक उड्डयन मंत्रालय से अनुरोध है कि इस दिशा में DGCA की मंजूरी शीघ्रता से प्रदान किए जाए, जिससे ILS सिस्टम को MBB एयरपोर्ट अगरतला में शुरू किया जा सके। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri Niranjan BC, not present. Shri Rakesh Sinha, not present. Srimati Ramila Ben Bechar Bhai Bara, demand to construct hostels for tribal students.
धन्यवाद सभापति जी। महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से सदन का ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहती हूँ। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी हमारे गुजरात राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री रहते हुए उन्होंने राज्यव्यापी कन्या केनवनी रथ चलाकर बालिका शिक्षा को बढ़ावा दिया, बालिकाओं की शिक्षा पर जोर दिया। परिणाम स्वरूप आज आदिवासी, दलित, अन्य पिछड़ा वर्ग की लड़कियों 100% शिक्षा प्राप्त कर रही हैं। सरकार ने तालुका स्तर पर कॉलेज, ITI आदि संस्थान स्थापित किए। इससे सभी बच्चे लाभान्वित हो रहे हैं, लेकिन अध्यक्षश्री तालुका स्तर पर दूर दराज गांव के बच्चे उच्च शिक्षा प्राप्त करने के लिए अप डाउन कर रहे हैं, जिसमें उन्हें काफ़ी रुकावटें महसूस होती है। इसके कारण कई बच्चे अपने पढ़ाई छोड़ने को मजबूर हो जाते हैं। दूर दराज गांव से शिक्षा के लिए आने वाले ऐसे बच्चों की इस समस्या का समाधान के लिए मेरा सरकार से अनुरोध है कि प्रत्येक आदिवासी तालुका स्तर पर इन लड़के लड़कियों के लिए रहने खाने व्यवस्था के साथ एक सरकारी समरस छात्रावास शुरू किया जाना चाहिए। ये छात्रावास तालुका जिला स्तर पर होने से हमारे आदिवासी बच्चों को बहुत अधिक फायदा प्राप्त होगा। सभापति, यह आवागमन व्यवस्था से विद्यार्थियों को समय के साथ साथ आर्थिक परेशानियों का भी सामना करना पड़ता है। माता पिता गरीब होने से कुछ बेटे बेटियों को बीच में अध्ययन यात्रा बंद करना पड़ती है। मेरा अनुरोध है, इस समस्या के निराकरण हेतु छात्रावास का निर्माण शीघ्र करवाना अति उचित होगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Shri Satish Chandra Dubey, not present. The House stands adjourned to meet at 11 a.m. on Monday, the 11th December 2023.
जगत के सभी गणमान्य साथियों, देवी और सज्जनों, लाल किले का ये प्रांगण अपने आप में बहुत ऐतिहासिक है। ये किला केवल इमारत नहीं, ये एक इतिहास है। आजादी के पहले और आजादी के बाद कितनी ही पीढ़ियां गुजर गई, लेकिन लाल किला अड़ी है, अमिट है। इस वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट लाल किले में आप सभी का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। साथियों, हर राष्ट्र के पास उसके अपने प्रतीक होते हैं,